Wednesday night means Dynamite, so we are going to take you through 2+ hours of AEW coverage. Of course, Tony Coutzman. There's a whole lineup of matches. We'll debate whether or not the card is stacked or just booked. We will get into it all, folks. It's going to be a fun ride. Let's go. Ding, 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 gentlemen and ladies. We are live and ready to go, and we're back at it as always. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network. This is a Wednesday night. We are bringing you AEW Dynamite, and I am Mr. KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, Mr. Every Night, if you will. And I am joined by this guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrasslin for Life proudly brings to you its YouTube Tag Team Champions of the World, the Every Night Delight, KJ White, and I am Big Nick. And how the hell are y'all doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Well, clearly I'm, rocking the branded colors and everything like that.
Got the Burberry on. It must be a good day.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I don't know if we're starting off on a good day because we're starting off right now on Dynamite with Orange Cassidy versus Wheeler Useless.
Boy, listen.
I know you got some things you want to say.
We're going to get into this tonight. Right here.
The ball up. We had tip off and go.
Right, like here, Boss Monster already poking the bear. Real wrestling. That we were going to get into at some point. TK's big announcement is going to be Ariel Helwani can't be his best friend anymore.
You're exiled from the No Curls Club.
Right. I think Dale said, got OC for the win. Dale getting a prediction in, folks. We are live. The show is live. OC, Wheeler Yuta. You almost made me call him useless. Yeah, man. I mean, Big Nick. This card is interesting. We came off a very, 824,000 viewers last week. Not a very good week for, Dynamite. It's not. And this card to me doesn't entice more fans.
It hasn't been the best build for Revolution. I'll say that. That's the thing.
Where, yeah.
It's really one of those if they're falling into that WWE trap of we're building to a pay-per-view, but we have a bunch of other stuff that's going on that doesn't really play towards the pay-per-view. And yeah, it's a little all over the place. But so who are you taking, Orange Cassidy or Wheeler Yuta for the All-Atlantic Championship, sir?
I'm taking OC. OC doesn't really lose very often, and we know how Tony feels about OC. Fridays have become the Orange Cassidy show, and I mean, if the Ring of Honor belt was on the line, it might change my mind. But I think Orange Cassidy.
We don't have two title useless. I was about to say you
title useless.
I just said so many negative things about this man, and you're gonna have me pick him.
Well, shit. You got to go useless because literally. Here's a question.
I'm trying. Roll up.
You put your champion against another champion of a Listen, we're about to kick off a brand new Ring of Honor. He's one of your Ring of Honor.
Which is the big announcement, by the way. Spoiler alert for those who
Spoiler alert. We'll debate that too.
I'm a master debater, sir.
Oh, no doubt. JV, Davey, and Jack. C Money X Mega. How are you? Dale, Boss Monster, Scott. I think I said
it's like that. Is that like the X-Men version of Kenny Omega of X Mega?
X Mega.
I hit an X trigger instead of a V trigger.
That's when he leaves AEW. They're gonna call him X Mega.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm still waiting to see the Triple H point at Kenny Omega holding the title or picture.
Friend of yours, Keyshawn.
I'm sorry, but I don't give a about Wheeler. Hence why Wheeler useless.
Yeah. And I don't give a shit about either one of these. I don't okay, so if you're booking a show and you want people to view the show, you open the show with these two individuals. What is the likelihood if you were watching Big Bang Theory, you're sticking around to watch this?
If they had actually built for it and made it make a bit more sense, if I'm a wrestling fan, And I'm not like us. I don't get invested and I don't get upset about the pockets. I don't get upset about how Wheeler just seems to be camping out at every backstage interview segment area.
That's fucking hilarious.
To me, this is a good match on paper because we've seen Orange Cassidy have a good match with Ospreay. We've had Yuta's had good matches, like specifically with Moxley, even.
Yeah.
So on paper, this could be really good. It's all about the presentation, the pomp and circumstances. How we got to the dance is what makes it more of makes it more compelling.
Oh, absolutely. Now, I mean, when I looked at this card,
we've got Claudio.
Oh,
Claudio just slapping the taste out of Yuta's mouth, saying, "You represent the Blackpool Combat Club." Well, I mean, is it still the Blackpool Combat Club when the only person from Blackpool left the club? So
I guess they just stayed, right? He moved out of his own apartment.
It becomes the MCC, the Moxley Combat Club.
The Moxley Combat Club. I
think CCC, the Claudio Combat Club.
CCC?
3C.
Yeah, I think we should just break up the CCs.
Well, it's right now with useless and everything. It's more like the YMCA. So,
but yeah, this card, the main event, Moxley and Evil Uno. What the fuck are we doing? What? Why? Why is this a thing? Why? Listen, Wednesday nights used to be one of the busiest nights of the week on this channel. Wednesday nights has become a quiet night, and a couple of weeks it's been beat by NXT. Why? Because people don't have anything to tune in for. Like, what? I want to know the AEW fans. Somebody, who was it that said real wrestling? Let's go. What on this card are you like? I can't wait to see this. Soraya and Sky Blue and Yuta and OC. I mean, it could be good.
OC just went through a table. So
of course he did. We need a table spot. Let's go.
But again, well, I'll go the Cornetti route here of if this is how you start your show off, how do you finish it? He said something, I can't remember what exactly clip I heard him talking about or whatever, but he was talking about more of like the old school, the Memphis style wrestling and everything like that. About how you would have matches on a card that set a baseline of what it views of what when you think pro wrestling of, headlock, takeover, clothesline, etc., just your stereotypical wrestling match. But now it's all just, it's not only car crashes, you're watching highlight reels of car crashes.
Absolutely. And I mean, Evil Uno will get destroyed tonight, and here's my beef.
Speaking of highlight reels of car crashes.
Yeah, exactly. But here's
Thank you, by the way, Scott. Absolutely be a friend, tell a friend. If you left us a comment or if you just want to support the channel or anything like that, we do have the super chat, the super stickers, the Discord, the merch store, what. We've got all the options, everything.
The Discord, the merch store,
greens, beans, potatoes, ham.
Dude. So but Scott's point here is he's going to get destroyed. What is the likelihood, and from our experience with AEW, what is the likelihood that it will actually be a squash match? I do not fucking imagine that. I think this is going to be competitive. I think Uno's going to not push him to the limit, but he's going to be in it.
Right.
We're probably going to get a 15-minute match or 12-minute match, which is unacceptable.
It'll still be a back and forth match. I'm sorry, I was just reacting to there. We had big chops from Uno as Pockets has still got his hands in his pockets. Yeah. And does the nice little shin tap, and this has moments of being a great match, and then the gimmicks get in the way. The shitty booking gets in the way. The shitty storyline gets in the way. The pointless reasoning for the match gets in the way. Again, much to your point though about with Moxley and Uno of pointless match. What's the reason behind it? Did I miss something? I know I haven't been on all the Wednesday streams, but did I miss something to where Uno was calling out Moxley or something like that?
Well, Uno came out last week. It was and again, this was more dumb shit and more backwards booking. Now, before I continue on the mood I'm in with AEW,
but I do agree with you though that it should be maybe all a 3-minute match, and it'll probably be like a 15-minute match.
It won't be. It'll be the same thing when you see Dante Martin's in a match with somebody, and you're like, this should be a squash, and Dante goes 20 strong with him, and you're like, what the fuck?
Well, one example, like even Steven says here, of AEW having trouble selling out Revolution, at least 30,000 tickets left.
Rampage just hit an all-time ratings low. Like they're almost getting outdone by fucking WoW and fucking you know,
they're getting outdone by like Simpsons replays and shit.
Yeah, like fuck, like low. Last week, like when you after 3 years removed, if you're still catering to the same audience and there's no growth, you're not doing something right. And guys, I want to make this extremely clear. AEW brought me back into wrestling. I'd stepped away. I caught it once in a while. I didn't really give a shit about it. But I'd check in. A diehard fan for my whole life, but it was just like, oh shit. WWE was killing me. AEW starts buzzing up. I start paying attention to wrestling again. And all the shit they said, all the shit the Bucks said, all the shit Jericho said, all the shit Tony said in the beginning of what they wanted to do, what they want to accomplish for wrestling. Here we are all this time later, and I'm thinking, not much of that has happened. It's like I said, you're setting record lows at this point where you should be catching your stride. We forgive you year one. We forgive you year two. You're growing, you're learning, you're expanding, growing pains, bumps. We get it. But you have all this talent and all these people and all this roster, and the card tonight sucks. It fucking sucks.
By the third year in a league anywhere, you're either getting designated to the G League, you're ending up being labeled a bust, or you're getting cut and everything like that if you haven't really kind of fully blossomed. But it's so funny to me because I guess I had came back before you and everything, because I came back about the pipe bomb as we're in picture right now.
I left later than you came back before I did.
What?
I left later than you, and you came back before I did.
Right. Well, I don't know. But no, and that, like, I feel like initially, like, before everything, you were the one that was more passionate for AEW and all of that, and now it's almost flipped of I was super negative, and I don't want to say it all. I'm super passionate for it, because let's be honest. But I can, I guess, wade through the flaws somehow a little bit more, or just maybe I just latch on to MJF. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe
he's my life raft.
Perfect example, though, dude. I remember vividly sitting on the stream with you and advocating for Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy was going to fight Osprey. They're going to have a good match, and they did.
Right.
Couple issues with, don't kick out with your hands in your pocket. It's stupid. Or don't pin a guy with your hands in your pocket. That's just dumb. There's a line to where your gimmick ends and you're a wrestler.
As Yuta misses the frog splash, by the way.
Yep. Oh, Yuta down. And the match isn't bad. Like, straight up, being honest, this match isn't bad. Back and forth, folks. I know I'm complaining a lot, but I'm mad. As an AEW fan, I'm mad. I was pissed off.
You're ranting and raving like Tony did at Ariel right now.
No, that's a completely different thing. I have just my fucking temper. We're going to talk about that as well.
Oh, Lord. We're building snowman. Do you want to build a snowman?
No, I just think TK's got to be more professional, more mature.
You have to be professional to be more professional.
So. Well, fair enough. But I mean, if you want to flip
Ariel,
if you want to call Ariel up and give him a piece of your mind, great. You want to even take a scenic route and send him a text saying, hey, Ariel, what a dick. Fine. But these public outbursts from a guy that tells himself a CEO is a fucking problem.
Well, the last person that did that was Dana White, and that's not even, I'm not trying to big up Ariel or whatever. I'm not an Ariel stand by any sort of means. I've got my own issues with him and everything.
Yeah.
But to go that super public route, like, again, like I guess Dana did when he was commenting more on like the UFC and everything, if it makes you, it brings you to that level versus brings them any sort of way. So
yeah. And again, if you're the big man around campus, you don't care what the sheep have to say. You're the lion. You're not worried about it. And I don't know, man.
Hey, shout out Dirty Hills and shout out Cofia. We live. And we are the only wrestling channel out there, folks, doing this all the damn time. Still adding more content. And the only channel out there that even the wrestlers we're covering are watching us. So absolutely.
That's a true
And why
story.
the hell aren't you watching?
Yeah, if the wrestlers are going to tune in, you might as well tune in. Who knows who's watching right now? And folks, do keep in mind, if you haven't seen our Cole Radrick interview, it dropped yesterday. An amazing interview. A real cool cat, a really nice chat with him. Go check that out and keep your eyes open for this weekend.
Should I change my name to like what was it? Little
D Nick?
Yeah, Little D Nick or something
Little
like
D
that
Nick.
now.
Yeah, that's we might have to we'll have a bet and that will be your punishment if you lose.
Oh, that'll be
That was
wrestling predictions. So I'll have to
very
get a
much.
shirt or something that says
Little
like,
D Nick. I can make that
D-Nick,
happen.
or I'll have to
I can
change
come
like
up with a
some
whole
handle or
line of
something.
t-shirts. We can go to the merch
We'll
store.
have a Little D Nick line. Pause on
We'll
that.
have we'll have our Little D Nick edition.
Anyways, moving on. I feel dirty.
That's about the most I've ever said Little D in a row ever in my life. I don't know why I had to do it online, but buy 300 pounds in the main event.
Well, that might be more of what you got right now.
No, this is about a combined 250.
Well, that's why I think he was more of getting out of. Respectfully, I think Uno and Moxley might combined be a little bit of north of 300.
Well, I was thinking yeah. Oh, did he just spit in his face?
I've got both men just throwing all of the elbows.
They're spitting on each other.
Hatui.
He had his gum stuck to his forehead, bro. How did you not? Like, you couldn't have planned that shit.
Wait, deadass?
His gum stuck to his fucking forehead. It's off now. He elbowed it off.
Oh, I was like looking for it. Someone send me a picture of that.
Am I crazy? That's going to be a fucking meme for sure.
Please.
MJF can't sell tickets by himself, but also MJF's fizzling out. I know the man with the scarf. I'm curious how you feel about this, but MJF isn't as hot as he once was, and he's bordering on. We've heard it already, bro. Stop telling us how amazing you are and how great you are.
When you're the only oar in the water and you're trying to steer the ship by yourself, you tend to be left open for targets and everything.
I don't
know. Initially,
he did a rivalry with Brian.
Initially, I'm talking. Brian. I have the floor. Brian. I have the scarf. I have the floor. Initially, his title reign did not get off to the greatest of starts because that was a storyline meant for CM Punk. And it's been a lot of fast and loose since then. And that's one thing Tony Khan can't do, at least when it comes to booking wrestling, is play fast and loose. So,
pause. No, but here's the thing. Like, he's in a rivalry right now with Daniel Bryan. And I'm not blaming MJF for not doing well. But, again, it's kind of like the Cody Rhodes thing, right? If Cody keeps coming out and just giving us monologues, even if it's a babyface monologue, you get kind of like, oh, fuck, dude, we've heard it. We're over it. And that's kind of borderline where we're even that whole thing about, driving Livy into the tree and switching spots. Like, I don't know if that was necessary at this time for who he is. So for me, I'm like, dude, like, I just want to get the mic and tell Brian how shit Brian is more than the continual getting lost with Takashita is not his fault. Like, it's just, to me, his title reign has been mid.
As OC's raining down elbows, and sorry, we are still watching the matches. We're getting rolls out of pin moves, and now Yuta's got a weird ass pin, but it does have a little bit of that vibe of it does go a little too hard in the paint when it comes to like that 80s heel of like, you people. But at the same time, he also has to counteract a lot of negative shit on the show. He has to counteract every 10 Jericho segments, every, obviously weird, awkward OC match, or Tony's got have a big announcement. He comes out and he shakes the mic like this and everything because he's so excited and he's vibrating and you just know why he's talking so fast. All of that.
I hope the announcement is, I just bought the WWE.
There's been so many people saying that.
I will say
he picks up the win.
Who did?
OC.
Oh, that's who I thought got that pin. Okay.
Freshly squeezed.
So your show that you've been trying to get off the ground is about to start, and one of their champions just lost on national TV to
When you're probably going to announce the weekly show.
Right now, they're going to come out and be like, "Do you like Wheeler Yuta, the loser? He's going to defend his title."
I know that Wheeler Yuta lost, but guess what? Ring of Honor is going to be a weekly show. I've got my big announcement. And it's that we're going to get a rematch of this match at Revolution. Thank you. Have a good night.
Belt for belt.
Oh. Again, it's Crushing the Clown of, wait, I said the quiet part loud and the loud part quiet.
Do you think there's any type of response? You know, a lot of people talked about the fact that Michael Cole took a pot shot at Tony, and boy, he did.
Yeah.
Michael Cole, a new man without Vince, eh?
Yeah, 100% of being completely impartial and the one that answers questions, even if you don't want to answer.
Oh, my God. Now, here's the thing.
What? Now, Claudio's back out.
Did he get kicked out, or did he just leave? Like my work here
sonnered off, and now he's back out. And he's saying, "You come here right now. Yeah, do it. You come here. Listen to me. I am the Swissinator."
Are we doing like the Gunther gimmick where he just beats the shit out of his understudy?
Does anyone care?
Yeah, well, I mean, we should.
He's got a hug. What the? This shit's so randomly awkward.
What happened?
Nothing relevant. And speaking of nothing relevant, I have Hangman Page and Evil Uno backstage right now with Renee Paquette.
Okay, before I get into more,
no, respect to Renee. Respect to Renee. There's Renee. Something relevant there.
A good Canadian girl, can't go wrong.
Why the man bun? Why?
You asked the question, how did we get here? Obviously, so last week, like Dark Order comes out when Page is confronting Moxley, and like Uno pushes Page out of the way, and Page is telling him to fuck right off. I don't want you here. Go away. And then Uno gets in Moxley's face, and now we have a match with Moxley. To me, the fact that I'm watching, dude, like, what are you booking? Seriously, like, that's your main event. When you told the world what was going to be like the main event of your show, or even if it's not the main event, if it's the fucking opening the 9 o'clock hour, if I'm wrong, Moxley versus Evil Uno. Who is that match for? Anybody in the chat right now thinking, man, that match is going to be fucking great?
Well, JV says Evil Uno looks like a Hot Topic gimp. Well, to me, he looks like the 10th member of Slipknot.
One of the dads of Slipknot.
Yeah, he's a diehard fan of them. John Sand, Big Nick, just be honest with yourself. MJF is getting stale. Reason where is the story he can make people wrestle everyone before they wrestle him. I'm better than you, and you know it.
Prove it. That's the thing I want. Prove it. If I can,
prove it. I guess MJF's got to prove it. Why?
Well, that's it. Not you, right? But I want to see Bray Wyatt get in the ring for the same reason. Like, fuck, all these stories are great, but get in the ring. And why are you fighting other it's all coming down to my buddy TK. And I mean, it's just bad. Who are you excited for tonight? Does anyone out there go, I can't wait for the Jericho segment of the show? Nope.
I have a question for you, though, sir. I have a question. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Jericho, don't hurt me. Don't bury me no more.
Oh, Ricky Starks is in the ring, by the way.
Starks coming out right now as we have Starks coming out very much looking like Night at the Roxbury as we go right into commercial.
Did you break the window again?
But no, I'm sure you still have plenty of things you want to say about AEW. I know I keep.
No, we are on a commercial break, folks. I will remind everybody we are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and I know I'm a little bit of a grumpy Gus to start this episode off, but I did not like last week's Dynamite, and just looking at the card tonight, over the day I was stewing like, oh man, let's talk about it. Let's have a State of the Union address as fans of AEW. Let's talk about what we love and hate, because I want to see this company do well. And if it keeps up like this, it's not going to do well.
Tony's a big announcement, and we're just doing a town hall meeting about, the state of AEW. of we're all just here. We're going to all have a public forum where we're going to express our likes and dislikes when it comes to AEW.
Right? Let's go. Let's talk about it. No, we are real fans. We've watched every single fucking minute of AEW programming, and we've done a vast majority of that live with the world. So, dude, I think we have every right to have an opinion on this show. And like I said, the ratings are
point to the fact that even wrestlers that we cover and everything again to bring it back to that, to where they're paying attention.
You completely.
So Tony, why the fuck aren't you?
No, I forgot to say, folks, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. That's where we started this, and we're here all the goddamn time. We will be back tomorrow. Luna Havoc will be here for Impact Wrestling. Monsters Ball. I can't wait. It's a good night. The eve of No Surrender. So we have Impact on Thursday and Friday this week. This Friday is a triple header. Yes, because we're indulgent as fuck. So SmackDown, Rampage, and Impact No Surrender will be live. We can't wait. Thursday's going to be fun. Like I said, we just released our interview with Cole Radrick, an awesome guy from GCW and all over, a young man that's got thousands of or hundreds and hundreds of matches in the thousands. An outstanding guy that we have a great relationship and friendship. Right, Nick? And
yeah, like I said, the channel that even the wrestlers pay attention to.
That's it. And I just sat down, let the cat out of the bag. But
you're gonna let it out. I was gonna say this show aces up our sleeves, big things popping, little things stopping up to something season never sleeps. But if you want to let the cat out of the bag, go ahead.
Spread the word. But I did just sit down with a Grim Reefer of independent fame, 20-plus year veteran, GCW, the innovator of highness. So I had a fun interview with that man, and we got more interviews coming your way. So stay tuned for the premiere of that. And then, guys, we're heading towards Mania. We're heading towards Revolution. We're heading towards more Impact pay-per-views, GCW pay-per-views. And again, we are the channel that is being watched by the wrestlers, and we appreciate you guys being here and enjoying. And
still, even then, still, if this guy didn't let all the cats out of the bag, we've still got even a couple aces up our sleeves that
not done yet.
So, 100%, folks. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification because you never know what's going to be popping off over here.
Do it. Ricky Starks in the ring. But here's a guy. Who would you rather in the main event?
Starks versus Moxley?
No, who would you rather have them? Yeah, would you rather have Uno or Starks?
Oh, Starks, 100%. But
Miro or Moxley or Uno.
Oh, well, I'd like to just see Miro on TV. He could just show up and just be sitting there at commentary and just go, hi, and I'd be happy.
Hobbs or Uno. It's a long list. We're going to do this for a while. No, I'm just kidding. But you get where I'm going,
yeah, you
right?
can keep going. Eddie Kingston, keep going to the roster here.
Eddie Kingston, a man who just had a good match with Jay White, sent Jay White packing. Some people think that might be the announcement. We've signed Jay White. Break my heart a little bit.
Absolutely. But Starks right now is laying out an open challenge.
Wait, isn't this how the whole Punk thing started?
Let's do the damn thing.
He
didn't come out here looking like fucking Night at the Roxbury. What is love? What is Jackass Society? Baby, don't book me.
Jericho, right?
Don't book me no more. Jericho's come out for a fucking.
He has to come out. Of course he did. We need a conclusion to this shit.
We should have gotten that 4 matches ago.
Poor Ricky. Poor Ricky.
Hey, question, Nick. Since you're from the New York area and are about the same age, remember the No Snitching Snowman shirts from the early 2000s, mid 2000s? Yes, I remember a lot of random shit from being in New York, and even that, it's still funny to me to watch people with like chopped cheese and shit like that. Of like, it's gourmet dish. It's like, no, that's bodega food. It's like cultural appropriation with that is fullest. It's probably like, how do you feel about, as a Canadian, granted I know you're Ontario, not Montreal or Quebec, sorry, but how do you feel about people in like over here in the US of getting super fancy like poutine and everything? Or is it poutine or Putin?
Putin. It depends who you ask. I say Putin because I'm very
Russian President Putin.
Pause. But yeah, no, I mean, it's a national thing. Like we have we have chains of places where we just go and that's all you can get, and it's become insane. Like you can get like a fucking another meal on your French fries, and then just gravy and cheese on the bottom. It's crazy.
And that is proof right there, folks, that Poutine is more over on this channel than Chris Jericho is, because we just spent a solid couple of minutes
talking about Poutine,
a whole intro talking about Poutine. See, everybody thought I was doing something else, but then you bring them right back.
I thought you were going to ask about Poutine, and then I didn't. But no, I mean, yeah, if you guys haven't had a Poutine, check it out. It's phenomenal.
Jericho telling Starks to count his blessings. When did Chris Jericho either become friends with Lady Gaga or become an actor in like Beetlejuice or Hellraiser?
Is that Darby's jacket?
Who?
Darby Allin. And one of Darby's coats?
The spikes are too big. The spikes would be bigger than Darby. Oh God, flatbread, gravy, cheese bread. Oh God,
don't do that.
Our poutine sucks compared to a Canadian poutine.
Well, I've never had an American poutine.
The American Chris Jericho sucks compared to the Canadian Chris Jericho.
I've never had an American poutine, so I wouldn't know. Like as a Canadian, we're always prideful when we go places and find our stuff elsewhere. Hey, so
Hollywood, Ryan Nemeth.
Wait, what?
What? As Jericho he calls out a jobber to answer, or the jobber answers the open challenge, and Jericho just elbows them of just, why is this happening on my screen?
But that's not Hollywood Ryan Nemeth. And Jericho
holy shit! So they botched. How do you botch a jobber entrance?
Is that not Peter Avalon? No, he's got abs. That's not. Who the fuck is that?
They botched a jobber entrance.
But that's not.
Right, like I said, so they botched a jobber entrance of literally the basics, the most basic of basics. You fuck up. You want Chris Jericho so bad? No.
See, Keyshawn agrees with me that was Peter Avalon, not. Like, did they miss Peter
Avalon? Yeah, but it was Ziggler's little brother's time.
It was little.
Like, I know I partake in the vitamins, I guess, obviously, while we had Grim Reaper on the channel and everything.
I was going to say, I know I just had a sesh with Reef, but man, I'm pretty sure that was Peter Avalon.
Right. They fucked up a jobber entrance. And all right, so folks, all the AEW super stands and everything like that
confused.
Defend fucking up a jobber entrance.
So who fucked up? The audio visual guy or the mark going out?
Or Jericho? Like, did Peter Avalon just be like, no, fuck you, and I'm going? Who?
Like, who really?
Who are you? Who?
And what was that convoluted spot to get to the fact that Jericho wants to fight Ricky, which we've been leading to anyway?
This is where I want to just do the KO, like in the turnbuckle, just this the whole time of just.
Listen to the audience in the arena. If you guys think I'm making this shit up and just bitching for my health, just listen. Nobody cares.
Right.
The wingman is the jobber group with.
The what, brother?
You're the jackass, Jericho.
You're damn right I could beat you. Oh my God. Yeah.
Of course he can beat you. Tony's his best friend. He can beat anybody. He's the Hulk Hogan of AEW.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't work for me, brother.
Well, he uses the flash paper like Hogan did at Halloween Havoc and all that shit. No, 100%. He is. Everybody has been. It's so funny that we've said some of this shit for the longest time, and now everybody's catching the fuck on as to what we've been saying.
No, absolutely. And then beyond that, dude, like, yeah, I don't know. This is hi, Mr. Beard. You might have to be a little more specific.
Wait.
Hi, welcome, buddy.
I'll do the double wave because I don't know if you're talking to me or him.
Welcome, buddy. How you doing?
Hot beard on beard action. Pause.
Right. I don't have a pen. I can't sign. and just smiles like he thinks he's hilarious.
Well, still though, listen, the crowd is somehow popping for.
They pop for Ricky.
They're going to sign the contract.
They pop for Ricky.
I think it's just
the
honestly,
biggest dude. The biggest pop of this whole segment went to the fucking pen.
True. I think it's because example of even why they're having a hard time selling out Revolution, etc. is AEW has a core audience.
I give them, but you got to pop for that. I'll give it.
Yeah, but AEW has its core audience, and it has nothing beyond that. It has a bedrock, and that's it.
Sorry, chugging away because I'm thirsty.
That's fine. You just made the list.
You just made it was cool. Like, you got to pop when he pulled out the pen and gave it the old.
That's probably though why people popped is because they went back to that. If you just made the list.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Chef, what up?
Ooh. Is Jericho going to the same hairdresser as Donald Trump?
Oh, Lord.
I feel like it's the same bird's nesty thing going on nowadays. I don't know. Like, are they splitting his hair and folding it? So
you're implying that Trump goes to a hairdresser. That isn't a piece, sir. So
well, that was the joke, I think.
Oh, well, fair enough. Well, I've got Coke and Diet Coke right now, confronting Butcher and the Blade, and of course, Coke's wearing a red leather jacket. So how fitting.
I like Coke and Diet Coke. Push them.
I'm a Pepsi man myself.
Listen, man.
Oh, we're top flight. Oh, yeah, because we get that like tag team.
We're getting the tag team battle royal tonight. So
yeah, tag team battle royal.
So Revolution, Acclaim just lost their belts, and they got screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of getting a rematch for their belts, they are entering a fatal four-way, and the two additional teams are going to be decided by two battle royals.
Mm-hmm. That's how you don't have a tag team division. Is you need to have a battle royal to decide shit. But so we got an answer here of the guy with the tattoos and the Santa beard. Well, I mean, I have tattoos. They're just not as prevalent.
I got a little bit of the gray.
I mean, I can't fault you on that one. So
it's true.
Apparently, that you're getting asked how you're doing.
What's going on?
I'm just here. I'm wallpaper.
No, it's always good when friends stop by. So thank you for being here. Donald.
Oh, you want to go to that one?
Remember when AEW was actually good, guys? We've been doing these streams. Like, so this channel is about to be a year old, and then I would, prior to here, I was somewhere else. And listen, we did the weekly ratings when we first launched this channel. Week in and week out and week in and week out. The best show in wrestling.
Yo, listen.
Undeniably was Dynamite for months. I used to sit on here.
You're running out of town like you're Robert Sarver. Someone make that make sense.
Oh. Oh, yo,
your mom likes it as Moriarty. I'm not listening. Oh, that was terrible. Your girl just texted me. She said that you're SAWFT.
Wow, he said penis.
That's what you got out of that? That's what, folks. I'm out here calling everything out to KJ's penis.
There's certain words I get surprised when I hear them on TV because no one ever. It's a fucking terrible word as it is, but just to hear it out loud, like it was like, oh shit.
And no, to me, they're almost better of coming out to oh, sister me dad.
Right.
But yeah, so they're not even in the battle royal. So right now we just got Moriarty and Big Bill, aka Big Cass, and he's got a shit name, and you can't teach that. Versus the Acclaim.
Big Bill in the house.
Big Bill and Flop Dollar need to be a tag team.
Oh fuck, bro. Listen, I like I said, I love AEW. I want AEW to do so well. I bought their shit, hook, line, and sinker. But yeah, Man.
Yeah, you had to convince me. You sat there and turned me into an Acclaimed fan of. I initially hated them, and now I'm out here doing the, ladies and gentlemen, boys, I'm doing the whole
Right?
sticks.
To
They're
me,
the new age.
right? But to me, it came down to like the Acclaimed, Wardlow, Eddie Kingston, uh, OC to a degree, because I think OC got himself over initially, and then it went by the wayside. But to me, there was a good handful of wrestlers that got themselves over, and Tony Khan pulled a Vince McMahon and just cut them out in the knees.
Well,
And
it's also they were AEW guys. They weren't ex-WWE guys or anything like that. Of how we've got the whole faction now of the freelancers with Paige and Tony Storm
fucking
and all that.
atrocious.
Yeah, but it's now become overrun a bit with ex-WWE guys and the guys that were homegrown AEW talent outside of really the Acclaimed of all, like you said, the Acclaimed and OC, because the OC just lives on Rampage. They've all been kind of capped at the knees.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean,
you would pause right at
right? No, but that's what my problem is. Like we talked about Wardlow. I mean, Wardlow's sitting on top of that cage that night, and he's white hot. The people are losing their mind, and they legitimately buried him. Like he won the belt and he went nowhere. Now, are you jazzed for Samoa Joe Wardlow again, like the way you used to be?
Yes, but not as much.
Exactly.
It's so weird to say. It's Wardlow peaked, oddly enough, and you called it almost, of when he was there on top of the cage and he's there holding the championship. That was really peak Wardlow, and everything else since then's been a little bit worse, and a little bit worse, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more.
TK and the Elites and Jericho cut out the listen. Jericho, people are calling Jericho a vampire at this point. And I mean, from what the rumor is, the people within the industry they're calling him the clout vampire. That says enough.
I've been on this channel saying, and like we've said, if we have wrestlers that do listen to everything. So, Chris, if you are listening and you've come out and said about how, well, if the fans don't want me, or if people keep kind of telling me to, hang it up, or maybe I've outstayed my welcome, then I'll hang it up. Is this man deaf? Can this man hear?
Right. Oh my. I don't understand, because it depletes. And again, it's like anything else. If you don't cater to your top tier talent, you're only hurting the company, right? And we saw that the tag team division has gone to shit. What happened to the company with the best tag team division in the world?
The trios belts.
That's the FTR is what happened, because FTR came around and made the Bucks run away. And
show me fight with Larry.
Right? Folks, I'm all ears. Like, I want to hear this in the chat. We're on a commercial break. I will remind everybody, about 40 people kicking around. If you want to like, subscribe, join the family, join the channel. We are for fans, by fans. We will not stop. We got more content coming your way, more stuff coming your way, more live streams than anybody else. And we're not going to quit. We just did an amazing interview with Cole Radrick. We got another one coming up with Grim Reefer. Stay tuned. This is the place to be. We are growing by the minute, heading towards our first birthday in a few days. But thank everyone for being here. And like I said, tell everybody you know about the Wrasslin for Life Network.
Absolutely. And we still got aces in the pocket. We still got things that we haven't even let out of the bag yet. So as that man sets up perfectly for a pause for the cause there. But folks, you got me right now. Give me your predictions, whether you're taking the Acclaimed or Lee Moriarty and Big Bill, as I've got the Gun Club, because I refuse them. As we've even got a sign that says James Gunn sucks, but I refuse to call them the Ass Boys. But we've got the Gun Club on the entrance ramp. Victor saying, I had picture Death Triangle better tag team than FTR. No. I do not agree with that at all. FTR is probably the best tag team doing it right now in the business, bar none. And I cite you just the trios of matches the trio of matches that they had with the Briscoes as proof positive with that statement. Max Cans, you could just say the Acclaim. Oh, here we got me stumbling over Max Caster and all that. Once the Elite left the tag division, the division became irrelevant. 100% of that's really, I think my point, KJ's point, and everything is as much as and the Gun Club caused the distraction, but Caster throws Bill into the ring post. But yeah, it's the minute that the EVPs of the tag division stopped caring about the division that they weren't in anymore, of it all went downhill. Of now, that's why we get the surprise win that went over like a turn in a punch bowl of the Gun Club winning the tag titles off of the Acclaimed shortly before Revolution, by the way. So even though we have a fucking battle royal that's setting up for that, unless we're going to get a trios tag team match at Revolution, the Acclaim won't even be in the title match at Revolution. As we get a mic drop elbow for a 3 count. So the Acclaim pick up the win. Yes, 1, 2, 3 Acclaim win. Hopefully Max goes off on Railroad Companies tonight. Oh, okay, that's interesting, and that's a oddly specific thing that you think he's going to go off on about, but fair enough to you. The Acclaim won. Yes, they did, Victor. What is Tony Khan's big announcement? I just don't has to with the AEW game. I don't think it has to do at all with the AEW game. Of that's the fight whenever the fight, sometimes the wait forever game. I feel what I think it has to do with, honestly, and as much as it's probably overhyped, I think that it's him announcing about the weekly shows for Ring of Honor and about Honor Club and all of that. I think that's his big announcement, because if there's anything we've seen of Tony Khan, it's very much that he'll take a small announcement and make it seem like it's huge. So we've got now Christian Cage coming out right now of the man TK forgot, and this man that said outwork everybody, work everybody, has done neither. I feel even his Titantron now says worked everybody. Oh, and Jungle Boy. So we're still continuing this feud. I get good long-term storytelling in a sense, but you made us wait so goddamn long. But Jack Perry, as they're pretty much calling him, they're not even really calling him Jungle Boy anymore. Just instantly taking it to Christian Cage at the top of the ramp. Oh God, here comes Christian. Yeah, well, Christian Cage and TNA Impact Era was fine. Him, AEW, not so great. As Jungle Boy's got chairs, so it looks like we're setting up for potentially a concerto. Your thoughts? You take Paige, Storm, Soho, and Deeb, and you build them up as a 4-woman NWO style faction, and they run through the roster. When they finally think they ran through everyone, out comes Jade. Well, I feel like Jade would be probably one of a top target, not a late arrival. That's when you'd have a return versus going after Jade with that. And Soho, maybe you could convince me on that. You could try and make it work. That's still shoehorning her into that faction. Deeb, to me, does not fit in that group of Robro from Christian, low blow. He got the Roman Reigns just uppercut, low blow. But yeah, a Deeb in that group to me does not fit. How quickly they bailed out of Jungle Hook once Christian came back. But who knew Christian came back outside of right now? As Christian just smashing Jungle Boy's head into the chair on the ramp. So even though there's another chair right there, no concerto. Yeah. A con chair to attempt. Fair enough, Bobby. Yeah, that's the thing is, did anyone notice when Christian left? Is anyone over the moon about Christian returning? I don't know how anybody feels at this point. If it's just kind of, yup, it's a thing. Like you do, there's some reaction from the crowd. You get some boos, some boo earns. As well, we had to have Christian walk away so Jungle Boy could gig himself there. But now he pulls up. Jungle Boy showing that he's busted open and puts the 1 foot on his head. But doesn't this feel like they missed the boat a little bit to me on this? Of when you had the Luchasaurus angle, the weird flippy floppy back and forth, all of that. Of we had the moment and we could have went with it, and now it's still weird that we're going this far with it, or this long, I guess. As we've got Wardlow talking to Jim Ross, and he's gone like full Batista, full Sean O'Hara now with no more man bun because of the haircut. I scalped you. You cut his man bun off. Like, let's be real here. I get that Joe's a badass, and that's part of what makes this already better, whether this was Wardlow, Darby Allin, what have you. But I do still like the idea as much as they've thrown off with Wardlow, but him versus Joe, to me, it's two big beefy boys slapping meat. How can you not be happy with that? Oh, here comes JV's girls here, or at least, well, yeah, we've got Saraya coming out with Tony Storm, the quote unquote freelancers, as she's flipping off like the, I guess, one dude that's flipping her back off in the crowd here. But it's amazing as they're the top heel woman faction, and the crowd goes mum when she comes out. Saraya versus Sky Blue, Papa Roach. That's hilarious on one hand. Of yeah, they do kind of feel like Papa Roach, but yeah, no, the band that she comes out to is, I think she's dating one of the people in the band of It's Falling in Reverse, but she's taking on Sky Blue right now. So we've got Saraya versus Sky Blue. So give me your predictions of why are we watching a dark match on Dynamite right now? And why is it the fact that when you have your top heel woman and what you could easily say is a dark match because of how much they use, unfortunately, top talent on their quote unquote developmental show. But Saraya right now in control of, like I said, she's stomping out of. If you pick Sky Blue, you're a brave soul. I feel you're a brave soul. Sky Blue starts a Goldberg-esque winning streak right here, and she just forms like a new version. She forms, well, since we had JV saying that Saraya and Tony Storm were the NWO, does she just form a new version of the BWO, the Blue World Order? You know, I guess shout out Meanie, Nova, and Stevie Richards, which hopefully, Stevie, whatever you got going on, you know, you get a speedy recovery. But yeah, do we just get a BWO, a Blue World Order? But no, I think this is, again, this feels a dark match. This feels like a squash match. This feels like a match of irrelevancy. Example, Damien saying, Saraya for the win, Saraya. Listen, I can't see Paige the same way, man. Well, that's your problem, not mine, JV. Can Saraya just disappear? We wish. Jack Perry versus Christian at Revolution in a last man standing match. Jack, did that get announced and I missed it? But I don't think so. But Sky Blue's got a submission hold right now, and got a Saraya rolls out. Fair enough. Welcome to the match of irrelevancy. Yes, instead of with bloodline or anything, we have the match, the island of relevancy. Welcome to the match of irrelevancy. I'll be your host, Big Nick, as we're watching Saraya versus Sky Blue again in the match of irrelevancy. Of why, like, I get they have a ton of talent on the roster and everything, and you want to get Saraya over, but just when you have so much content I feel like it's like Hans Molman on there, when you're getting told you've got Dark Elevation, Rampage, Dynamite as well. It's like, no, that's too much content. Slow down a little bit, maybe focus on what you got. And I don't mean to say they need to be exactly the WWE route, but maybe make your big stars feel like big stars because they don't wrestle on your YouTube show. Just saying. As Tony Storm with a distraction, as Sky Blue knocks her off the apron, but eats a super kick. Oh, she's gonna hit Rampage, or not the Rampage. What the fuck does she call that? Someone let me know. I'm forgetting the name of her submission hole right there. I thought initially I thought she was going for a Texas closure relief, but somebody let me know. Apparently I popped Victor. Victor Nash, she couldn't hold off the double team. Pause. Oh, that's what it was. So see, I didn't even pop you. Pause. Oh, we've got Britt and Hannah coming out, and it's interesting. I think it's weirdly enough you could almost, I know we talked about the match of irrelevancy, but how you could draw this comparison of how Roman's gotten cheered even though he's supposed to be the heel, of how much they've managed to turn Britt and Hayter babyface just kind of naturally. If it doesn't, even I wouldn't say Saraya and Tony are full heels because they just kind of suck at this point, or their story does, but Hayter and Britt, you get a pop. They're the full baby faces, whether you love them or hate them. They're the top act.
So, listen, here's a couple things. One, the spray paint thing is stupid. Someone else did it better. The spot that they filmed with the librarian, if people haven't seen that, go find the clip of what they did to the librarian and how fucking
booty.
Ruby.
Destination unknown. Ruby, gonna job out.
She wants the title.
Well, it looks like Ruby's lining up for Hayter, so it looks like we're gonna get Hayter versus Ruby for the title. Which I will say, Ruby initially she was a wasted talent in AEW, but the matches that she had when she teamed up with Willow and was going against Anna Jay and Tay Mallow and all of that. And she had another recent match, I feel, on Dynamite or Rampage, that she's gotten back and they're letting her do her a bit more, and I like it. Anyway, sorry.
No, not at all. I mean, here's the thing with Saraya. I mean, Saraya came in, and obviously we knew her as Paige. We knew what she brought to the table. She was a vet. Like this comment, Saraya is still green. No, that shouldn't be the case. The crowd was silent during that match. I was sitting here just relaxing, listening to you, and there was no sound, pardon me, coming from...
Right. All right. So that's what he said. Folks, clip that. KJ's out here watching me saying, and there was just no sound that I could hear. Just
right. But yeah, no, nonetheless, I mean, she hasn't been good. The last week we saw the champion. The champion stood at the ringside holding her belt like she was like holding Britt's belt. Britt was involved in the angle. Ruby's undecided about whether she's with one side or the other. Then Ruby comes out tonight and says, I want a title shot. What? You weren't even mad at Hayter. Like, where did this come from? Like,
I mean, theoretically, she should want a title shot just regardless, but it's still...
you know what I mean? Like, to jump the line. Now, I think this leads to Ruby.
Was there a line to be jumped, though?
Yeah, well, I guess, kind of. Tony and Saraya were kind of in the beef, and I think this is an opportunity for Ruby. She might win, one, And she joins Soraya and Tony in doing so.
Oh, but what about Cup of Haters? Cup of
Hater's
Haters.
excellent. And
Haterade.
we never got the Brit Hater turn, which we should have by now.
I'm
They teased
surprised
it.
that we never got that, or we have yet to.
No, and Brit continues to overshadow Hater's title run because she didn't put Brit to bed. Bad booking.
Touche.
That's my opinion. Like, why are we not? Why is soccer taking over my AEW?
It's pronounced football, sir, or football, depending on what country you're from. But I have no idea.
Agree, Jack. Agree. Kevin, this new wrestling that we're watching or us? I'm not quite. Is this new? Yeah, new-ish. Couple years.
Well, I mean it. As opposed to old, define old wrestling.
Yeah.
Now you asked one question. Now I have so many questions.
Terrible booking. Yeah, it's just again, you're not really getting to the point. Yes, it's definitely new, Kevin.
Lazy booking, to quote
it's the newest kind of big one on the block, right? It's the latest company to step up and say we're going to try and take on WWE, and at times it looked like they had a fighting chance. Lately, it's just going the wrong way.
When you have guys like who we've got coming out right now of Bryan Danielson on your roster, and you still can't really manage to make coherent stories or move the needle as much as you really should,
but
there's problems.
If Tony's been on the record of like, I book for AEW, I book for Ring of Honor, I book Dark, I book Rampage, I book I do shit with the Jacksonville Jaguars, I do this, I do that. Why not come out and say, you know what, I got this really cool team around me, and people are going to help me write, or I'm going to listen to the right people and arc some stories and make. Brian wants to fight MJF. Okay, those two are going to be at each other's throat for the next 7 weeks. And we're not going to water it down with all this other bullshit. We're going to get directly to the point and make them a focal point of every episode, where we might open the show somewhere in the middle. We might talk about them again. And then somewhere maybe near the end, they come back up, or one of them is involved in an angle where the other one gets over. But you build it, you weave through the show. You gotta make it one cohesive, solid show. And then when you sit down and you look at your card and what you have lined up, if you read what you read tonight and you go, this is gonna be great, then your head is wedged very far up your your ass. And I almost went another way with it. But I mean, and it's, listen, in all due respect, and I said it a million times, 4 years ago, when it came to getting a wrestling job, Tony and I had the same qualifications. And actually, I might have edged him out because I actually did some of my own little, rinky-dink fucking shit. And
but you didn't have $1 million daddy.
Well, that's the difference.
But we've got Danielson out here already.
And now it shows.
Yes, chance and all of that. But
yeah, Daniel woke the crowd up.
I was about to say, the whole time you were talking about that, I was like, well, I just kept looking down because I was about to say, well, Tony, if you're watching, or anybody from AW's watching, our social medias and everything are scrolling past there and everything. So, I mean, reach out, be a friend, tell a friend. So,
right.
I mean, we can help you, my guy.
But the fact is, Nick,
is he past the point of no return?
Well, no, because I mean, any day he can wake up and go, you know what? But you have guys like Daniel. you have guys like Daniel Bryan in your roster. And you have other, talented people. You had Regal there. You got Samoa Joe there. You got Jerry Lynn is kicking around back there. Jeff Jarrett to some degree. Stop putting him on TV and just let him help make the show better if he can. I don't know.
Speaking of making the show better.
All right, but you got Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, veteran after veteran after veteran that can look at you and say, Tony, maybe do this. I know Jericho really wants to go over again, but maybe do this.
Or you have a generational talent like what we have coming out right now in Maxwell Jacob Friedman. So like I said, speaking of making the show better. But we've got MJF just staring down Bryan Danielson in the ring right now.
Here comes MJF. Yeah. I like Ruby Soho's theme song. Yeah, absolutely. Ironically, the theme song to AEW, if he it doesn't improve, right?
Yeah.
Listen, and this isn't coming from like a hater standpoint. This is coming trying to be as constructive as possible about a product I was fully engaged with and want to support, and I'm just watching it fucking spiral out. Is this where you do the?
Oh, I can do it. Sorry, I'm paying attention to MJF here.
Get the cameraman out of the way, fuckers.
Are we gonna get the whole live story again and all that? Like he's talking about. Then I met a girl.
See, but he's going right back into this like.
Oh, we're getting a what chance, by the way. Shout out. Wow. She left me, Brian. What?
I'm sick of these stories.
It's Katie Vick. It's really what it is.
Yes.
It's awful. He's gone into that Triple H, that weird era that he went into of just he buried everybody. He walked around with a golden shovel, and that's how the reputation of Hunter began.
But he's getting a lot of reaction, and I can give him credit for that. And I know he's your guy. Whether we love or hate what he's doing, the crowd is reacting. However, I don't think we need to hear this fucking story. He should come out and tell Brian how he's pathetic, how he's broken, how he's used, how he should have stayed retired and go the fuck away. I'm about to stomp your ass if you choose to fight me. That's what he should be doing. And I know he's going to get there, but I don't need this diatribe about his teenage love life. You're a grown-ass man. Act like it. You're the champ, buddy.
Yeah, it should really come down to going back to the I'm better than you and you know it of.
Yeah.
Let me count the ways of how I'm better than you.
Yeah, these fucking stories about like driving into trees.
You can't make the heel sympathetic like that.
No, and again, it leaves a level of, oh, this guy's a schmuck. He's an asshole to everybody because some girl broke up with him? Fuck off.
You want to know why I hate you, Dragon? When did Ricky Steamboat show up?
He has a family. Are they booing Brian or MJF? They're just making noise, Larry.
It's more like, yay, we see actual entertaining people.
They're into this, though. They're 100% into this.
Well,
and I know I'm bagging on it.
A 2-hour dark before, and they're going to have to sit through an hour rampage after this. So they got to fucking make noise at some point.
Right. But listen, man, I will say this. I am looking forward to the Iron Man match.
Oh, that's not up for question. You have those two guys in the ring, regardless of what promotion that lets them fucking do it, it's going to be good.
I was saying Boo Earns.
Boo Earns.
Jack hates MJF. Hate him like I hate him as a heel, or I just hate him, period. He playing mind games.
Well, don't worry. There's still a hoodie that you can buy there that, I am a poor.
I'm still here. So are we. We're always here.
So am I. For now.
But I'm not all there. Listen,
never been.
AEW's problem, just like Impact and our ROH, they hire everyone, but not the one guy they can really turn everything around, and that's Paul Heyman. Well, listen, I love Paul Heyman, and I appreciate that sentiment, JV, but I do believe that the problem isn't that you don't have somebody like a Paul Heyman to help. Sorry, Nick, go.
No, I was just saying, why does he keep calling him Dragon? It sounds weird. Of Puff the Magic Dragon.
Right.
And it's a good promo from MJF, but it's the weirdest angle to go of, like you said, of rather than just, I'm fucking better than you. I'm better. I look at where I am already right now compared to where you were when you were at my age in your career and all of that. And now you're just a broken shell of your own self. You're sitting there, you're concussed. You're sitting there just trying to still hold on to a dream. What about your family, Brian? Yeah. What about, how do you want to feel when I kick your fucking head in for an hour and you go home to your little daughter? And see, I can cut a whole better promo than MJF is right now, just because it's the power of the scarf. But that's the angle you should fucking go. Than this, I met a girl and she broke my heart, so I'm gonna take out my 10 years of pent up rage out on you, Danielson. What?
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's getting long, and you see the passion, the delivery, the conviction, the talent that MJF brings to the show. But this isn't good. This
I mean,
isn't
you
his
got the
best
crowd
work.
chanting asshole, but wow. See, now he's doing what I was just saying. He's talking to Danielson's daughter straight into the camera. I'm gonna make sure that
MJF kind of bores me with these promos. Yes, because it's Edge. It's Cody Rhodes. It's when they come back and keep repeating and repeating in the same cadence, the same tone, and the story isn't quite relevant to what we want to hear about. Now he is.
the second MJF gets in the ring and starts, Danielson just right in the face with a microphone. Says, fuck you.
That's exactly what should happen. That's perfect. So there's
it started off awful and just it somehow came ashore.
And that's where there's really good elements to this. If he didn't go on that side tangent, it's perfect.
Right. That's the thing. It's so funny. I was literally basically saying the angle he should take in the promo right before he went and fucking did it.
Am I being picky to point out that security got there way faster for these two than they did for Christian Cage and Jungle Boy?
Fair enough. Well, I mean, it comes down to at times of how much you really want to pay attention of making it look real. And it's the same thing like with if a ref bump of, to quote Cornette and everything of clock's running. So
TikTok,
you've got to have X amount of time before it starts to get, all right, there's no way this is fucking real. This would be what would really happen if you have your two top guys going about to tear each other fucking apart.
Right. Brawl. How you doing today? What's up, Aaron? Welcome to the channel. And anybody else who's tuning in, just make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that subscribe. We cover all the wrestling, folks. Everything. Independent wrestling, mainstream wrestling. You see the list down below. Watch the little ticker. It'll tell you all the shit we cover. But if it's wrestling and it's good and it's got a good card, we'll be here for it all week long, all the pay-per-views, as much as we possibly can. So thank you. And do not miss out. Let everyone you know about us. Right now, Brian and MJF are still trying to get a hold of each other.
Absolutely. And still the fastest growing wrestling channel on YouTube. Still just under a year old and still going crazy. Still
worst security ever.
And like we said before, and it's not just a gimmick. And trust me, you can go and watch the Cole interview, and you can also watch the other interview with Grim Reaper that we've got coming out later this week. 100% of we're the channel that even the wrestlers that we cover are watching us. So why the hell aren't you? It's free, don't cost you nothing. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Why?
Justin, he needs to cut promos like he was doing it exactly. 100%. He was going after. Hey, there he goes. My buddy's going to take a pause for the cause, but that's exactly right. I completely agree, Justin. That's when he was good. He was going for the jugular. He was digging in. He was not holding back, but he was focused on his target. It wasn't all the side tangents. It wasn't all the side stories. It was, what was relevant was he hated CM Punk. And, he had a reason. Even the story, bear with me. Even the story he told about like being a kid and getting his picture taken and da-da-da-da-da-da. It was relevant to Punk. What he did there with Brian at times was spot on. When he was looking in the camera and telling Brian's kids that, daddy's in trouble and, spot on. How is Brian supposed to react to that? Hit him. You hit the heel for running his mouth too much. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to waste time. But there was a whole bunch of extra filler in there that doesn't help. And that's where people are starting to get a little like, because he's not coming out and hitting punchline and then punchline. It's long-winded and you're just like, taking it all in. When he's on point and he hits the bullseye, he nails it. But it's just too much of that residual shit. Talking about the car crash and then his girlfriend broke up with him. Like, It could be better than that. It could be more just focused on what you need to do. And it's the same thing with the booking. You have it arc. And I think MJF and Brian should have been seen at least 2 to 3 times most episodes, most Dynamites, as they're building this feud, and you weave it through. And I see people are going to say, well, that's what WWE does. Yes, because it matters. Everybody's interested in the bloodline. Get a little segment in the beginning or early in the show, a little segment later, and it keeps you paying attention without all the over dramatics and the overbooking and the overextending. You keep it very simple, focus it, and arc the story nice, and everybody stays interested. I want to see Brian and MJF in a Iron Man match. I really, really do. But the build for it doesn't have me like, oh my God. It's just the fact of who they are, and it's an Iron Man match. So that's a little bit of the concern. Ruby Soho taking on Jamie Hayter. Again, another situation that doesn't have a great feel to it. Turning the tag titles into a fatal 4-way. Why? Why mess this up? Whew. All right. I know that was long-winded, but I hope I covered as much as I could with that. Great promo by MJF. We'll see. I don't disagree. I didn't love all of it. Ole Puff. What's up? Great promo by MJF. So okay. Some people aren't exactly feeling some of what I said. TK got higher, better security guards. No shit. Are you guys talking about Grim Reaper from Urban Wrestling Federation? Yes. We're talking about the legend, the man, the guy that's been around forever, trained by a homicide. You see him at GCW constantly. He's been in the ring with Roddy Piper. He's been in the ring with Just Incredible, Matt Stryker, you name it. The list goes on, even as of late. Jordan Oliver, Jimmy Lloyd, who's who, Low Key. Yes, a man who I would consider an independent legend. I can't wait to get it out. And again, he was a trooper. We had some issues, some technical difficulties, but yes, we just did an interview with Cole Roderick. Awesome interview. We're coming right back at you probably on the weekend, probably around 420 because it seems fitting, with Grim. And stay tuned for more, folks. We got lots coming your way. We got Jamie Hayter and Britt in the back now. What's up, Jake? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Remember, folks, go check out Jake and the Discord. The link is down below. Check out the merch store. Check out Instagram, Twitter. Check us out. Be a part of the fun. All right, so Britt's making funny faces, and I believe Hayter is about to give her a title shot. Maybe. I agree. Thank you, Kevin. The problem with TK is he's only focusing on MJF because he's the champ now and just ghosted the main focus. That's long-term booking for the stories, not just one guy. Listen, TK talks about Booker of the Year a lot, Rocco. That's the issue. I think TK should keep a little more to himself in that regard. When you start telling people, I'm the Booker of the Year, and you get all these people going, isn't TK a genius? Well, Rampage is an all-time low. Your core audience is all you're getting for Dynamite. Like the fact that when you were going off the air for Dynamite, you were just around 700,000. By the way, back to more fun stuff. Tag Team Battle Royal has begun. Everybody on the floor just filing into the ring. So this is the first of 2 Battle Royals to get a fatal 4-way at Revolution instead of the grudge match, the rubber match between the Acclaimed and the Ass Boys. Well, Sanjay punching Phoenix in the face. Coke and Diet Coke refusing to get in. Jay Lethal and Trent fighting outside. Let's try and keep track. Anybody got a prediction? Anybody got a choice? Some people said FTR, but they ain't there. Maybe on Friday, but that would be weird. I acknowledge you. See, money, that's very nice of you. KJ, what if it was written in the clause between MJF and Danielson where they couldn't touch each other or they would get arrested or the match would be, I'm going to add the part of like the match would be off. Beautiful. I love that angle, right? Especially with a mouthpiece. So if the stipulation is, I will, instead of Brian having to fight 6 different people and have competitive matches with 6 different people, not just like wins, but like insane matches with 6 random people, you have something like this. You know what? We're going to sign this. And every week he just pushes them and pushes them. And maybe he gets to the point where Brian snaps, but then has to ask, you know what? Broke the contract, but Tony Khan says we're still going through with it. And then MJF has a reason to be mad at Tony Khan a little bit more. Perfect. You figure it out. There's other ways to go about it. I like that stipulation, especially with a mouthpiece. I don't know if anyone's been eliminated yet. Folks, you can help me out keep track of this nonsense. I'm ready for the reefer right now. Hey, this is a channel I'm running on vitamins, folks. So thank you and join in. And whatever makes you feel good, make sure you're doing it. What are the chances Brian wins? 1%? Yeah, I think they're really, really slim, Matt. Unless, Penta holds on. Anybody make a prediction on this? Lucha Bros, I'd like that. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, Dale, best friend. Like, we really want to go the best friend route? Fuck. Hey, Mark Briscoe's running around the ring. He's got Sterling. Woodsy! Briscoe smacking Woodsy around, and the crowd is losing their mind. Mark! Reach for the sky, folks! No, I feel like Mark already beat Woodsy. Oh, fuck. Come on, Justin. Now, as a fan of AEW, if that happened, would you be thrilled? Assuming. There goes Tony Nese. There's people all over the outside of the ring, and I don't know who's in and not, guys. Anyone else find that? Like, this is a little bit like, wait, who's where? No. Thank you. John Cena couldn't touch JBL or else. Yeah, exactly. And we've seen that angle before. There goes Ari. Air Davari out of contention. Roosh trying to take out Penta. Jeff Jarrett catching his breath in the corner. We're going to picture. That's the problem. It seems they're going to go the route that has the belt until 2024. Ratings are dropping. They need a change. Yeah, that's my curiosity. If they feel like MJF as champion's not moving the needle, will they pull? Is Tony ballsy enough to pull it early? I don't know. Yes, Mark Briscoe was in the house. He's gone now. He got a piece of Josh Woods. I thought he beat Josh Woods, correct? So I'm not quite positive what the continuation is. If anyone wants to fill me in on what my vitamins are not letting me remember right now, that'd be great. But I'd rather see 100%. I'm with you, Justin. I'm with you. Great minds think alike. Butcher and the Blade have all the makings, have all the right tools. You got the big beefy guy, you got the smaller athletic, what's the word I'm looking for? The speedier too. They'll come back to me. Completely lost the word. Agile. There you go. You got the great, juxtaposition of both of them. They're talented. I think Butcher's a beast. I think he's great. I think them together, even with Bunny as their valet, makes them a really good heel team. She's good enough to get involved. Every once in a while, you can have whoever they're fighting have a friend that wants to help take her out. She's good for a match or two. And I like Butcher and the Blade, right? I mean, I know my boy Nick from Buffalo with his Buffalo love must love the Blade. What's up, Kayla? How you doing tonight? Welcome. Woo! I got that one. Let's see if I missed anything else. Oh, you can keep them coming. Keep the chat going, folks. We got it here all night. We are in picture. Listen, if you know somebody that if you see an elimination, throw it in the chat. It will be much appreciated. Let me know who is gone, especially pitcher in pitcher. All I can see is the steak on the other side, and it looks delicious. John Cena wasn't allowed to touch Jay. I got that one. Yep. After weeks of MJF pushing Danielson, he finally snaps and Danielson punches MJF, gets arrested by the cops. MJF gives handcuffed Danielson a beating, busts him open. The cops are paid off, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that, JV. Like, and again, even if the little tweak as far as, because MJF put the beating on Brian, it's null and void. You both maybe MJF goes to the ring at Revolution and fucking bring, Brian shows up in a fucking cop car. I don't care. But again, just instead of recycling the same kind of idea over and over, bringing the same kind of, okay, I'm the champ, or I'm the guy you want to fight, but you got to fight 4 other people. And you got MJF doing it, you got Jericho doing it. It's like the way to go, right? And I get it. It's like, video game. We got to make it to the boss. But sometimes when you got beef, you got beef. You don't have to get to everybody else. You just have to beef with the guy you're beefing with. Tony Nese's team is gone. Yes, I did catch that. Thank you, Victor. Oh, Aussie Open, we're in this and they're out. Okay. What the fuck? Did anyone else know Aussie Open was in this shit? I wish they would have stayed longer, got a little more of a highlight. They're a great team. Oh my God. The Dark Order putting a beating on the Blade, and out he goes. All right. The best was Triple H Austin. Couldn't touch, so Austin stunned Steph. Triple H reaction was amazing. I like it. And that's the little things, right? Danielson, is buddies with Yuta. MJF beats the shit out of Yuta or whatever. Another great example. And when you get the heel and they're sticking their chin out, come on, do it. You love that shit. You're sitting at home like, just fucking do it. Who cares? Smack the shit out of him. Forget the match. Kill him now. So yeah, I'm all for it. Yes. Speaking of slapped in the face.
I was like, do it. Come on, do it. Speaking of slapping the shit out of him. Do it.
I think one member of Dark Order's out, if not 2.
Yeah, well, that was Press 10 Vance. Now Penta's out.
Penta went out?
No. Yeah, Rush eliminated Penta. Which, like I heard you say about Aussie Open being there, you wouldn't want to advertise that?
You didn't even know!
A smidge?
Dude, did anybody mention Aussie Open until they got kicked out?
Rush is out!
Who the fuck's going to win this?
Jeff Jarrett.
Someone else said that. Is that your prediction?
Mm-hmm.
Best friend.
As Roosh is out now because Fenix tightroped and hoofed him in the face. As much as I loathe Jeff Jarrett, and I know I get Jerry Jarrett, and it's professional wrestling, and we're a wrestling channel, but at the same time, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Jeff Jarrett was, correct me if I'm wrong, the original announcement about Jeff Jarrett was coming in to help with.
He was supposed to be a backstage hand. He was basically doing what he did at WWE just here.
Triple H gave his dog, well, literally his dog, Jarrett's job. Like the minute Triple H took over, he was like, Jeff, hit the bricks. Hey, Rhodey, what you doing, buddy?
The second SummerSlam was done, and he had that main event being the guest ref. Tony said, just keep on going, Jeff.
Now, I will give Jarrett credit. I mean, he was on, 4 or 5 promotions, like in all the one he was in.
Yeah, he was on GCW, all of that. GCW, yeah.
This man getting around. But
we'll talk to some GCW guys, so maybe this will get to Jeff. Jeff, listen, we'll talk to you.
Coke and Diet Coke can't. Danhouse isn't down in the fucking ring. Dude, you already had 20 people, 40 people involved in this. Why is there more people? Okay,
because
Coke
it's
and Diet
Tony
Coke.
Khan overbooking.
So there goes Danhausen, who wasn't in the match, if you were wondering, but he has been successfully eliminated.
Do we know if he was in the match? He might have been in the match. We don't know. A team of 1.
No. No, Tony has not made his announcement. Dude, I think it's Forbidden Door 2.
That's another thing that people have talked about of it being
Yeah.
a potential announcement. But I feel like every announcement Tony could make, unless it's something super unexpected, like he literally walks out and the name on the contract does say Khan, but it's Tony Khan. Beyond that, we all kind of feel like we know the answer or the announcement that it's going to be.
Now, so here's my beef with what I'm seeing here, and I keep beating this to kind of death, guys. And you know what? I have a microphone, so tough.
It's not the only thing he beats to death. Pause. I had to. You set me up too well.
You don't know me. No. Back to the fucking point. Listen, man. All the time we just talked about Aussie Open, the Lucha Bros, the potential talent you do have in the ring. We're down to best friends. We're down to fucking Jarrett and fucking Lethal are still in there. Dante Martin, of course, because we can't have a show without the fucking
without a Martin,
without one of the Martins.
I just need Martin. Just get Steve Martin out there.
And this is where
Martin Lawrence. Goddamn,
you have talent. As a fan, I just want to see the other talent, the better talent.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's almost, and this is gonna sound Marcus as shit and weird as shit to say and everything, but it's one of those of. It's like seeing a kid that has all the cool action figures, and it's like, no, you're doing it wrong. Like, stop playing with them that way. No, this is what you should be doing, fucker.
Right? No, I don't disagree with you at all, Nick. Like, I mean, it's just like, again, as a fan, I'm looking at this show right now, and I'm like, I just saw Jericho, didn't love it. I'm now watching Jeff Jarrett in a ring with Lethal. I don't love it. And if they win and they head to Revolution as part of a fatal four-way, why? Why, of all the talent you have,
you're Jeff Jarrett, because Jerry Jarrett passed away, so Jeff Jarrett's got to win a belt.
Right? Like, why?
See, Ramit saying I think Jarrett's gonna win. Maga saying I hate commercials. He might have been Mark Briscoe's partner. Who? Oh, Danhausen. Oh my God! Don't do that.
Mark Briscoe came out and beat up Josh Woods, but I thought he already dealt with Josh. I didn't realize there was still heat.
I just like this comment. Is it the forbidden closet door? Allegedly. Well, then again, I guess I'm gonna just pull that up there, and if you're tuning in, you can watch it. I'm not gonna read it and just say allegedly. What
was that?
His name was Ariel Hawani. Did you just say what did I say? I'm not pulling it back up.
I got a question for everybody, you included.
Does
he or does he not, a part of his announcement, say something off the cuff as like a shot back across the bow? Something about Ariel, something about Michael Cole. Does he? I think it's 100%.
What does he say? Does he come out to he's Mr. He Miser, he's Mr. Sun instead of being the snowman? Like, what does he do?
Oh, fuck. Winter is coming. I see where we got it. Winter is coming. Yeah, I get it now.
Right. We're not Gucci Man fans. Burr.
Oh, fuck, dude. No, so we're back from picture in picture. Lethal is in the ring.
Yeah, we have right now we have Jarrett, Lethal, Beretta,
FedEx, get chucked.
Butcher, and Dante Martin are in the ring. So the soda machines got thrown out as Dante gets thrown out. So now we're down to FedEx dumps out the blade, or the Butcher, sorry. So we're down to FedEx. Beretta. Oh, and FedEx is out too. What the fuck? So we're down to Lethal, Jarrett, and Trent Beretta. So if you're a betting man, I think there's no way that Jarrett's team loses this match.
What the fuck?
Stroke.
And the crowd's booing, but I don't think it's.
Well, I'm packing up my game and I'm going to head out to Toad.
This is where this fucking show has lost its mind. We are not going to... Dude, you're bringing
Wednesday Night Impact. I know you're normally here with Luna on Thursdays watching Impact, but I didn't know it switched to Wednesdays.
buddy.
We're watching a rerun of TNA. All that's missing is Dixie and fucking Russo.
I like it. Dude, it's completely baffling to me. It's completely baffling to me that we're heading towards, well, either best friends or Jeff Jarrett.
God, man, why are you fucking, I can't touch you. No, fucking help him, asshole. Why? What in the name of Satnam? Why does he just look like China-ass DJ Khaled right now with the fucking pompadour haircut and the chain right now and the shirt? Scott, Ariel Cole has been signed by AEW. Yes, he's all elite.
And thank you again, sir, for your generosity.
Holding up Jarrett and Lethal.
This man is sprinting like he's on the fucking court.
He reminds me of, it's not Kurgan. Who was the other guy, the big fucker that was in the Oddities? I'm gonna look it up right now. I can picture in my head exactly who I'm talking about, but you know what the group that I'm talking about, where you had Golga.
I know who you're talking about. The only thing all I can think of is Kurgan, Earthquake,
Luna Vachon.
Luna.
Yeah, well, that was Kurgan. He was fucking Earthquake. Yeah, he was.
Oh, so you mean So I know who you're talking about. And
don't worry, I'm looking up. Go ahead, talk to the people. I'll look it up.
Beretta hanging on. Is it over?
Giant Silva. That's who I was thinking of. Giant Silva. When he had the super fucking Kramer haircut.
Yeah.
And the Hawaiian shirts and shit.
Orange Cassidy saves Brent Toretta. Wait, Toretta?
I don't know if that was an accident or on purpose, but it popped the shit out of me.
Yo, can I clip that shit?
Of Dominic Toretto. It doesn't matter whether you win a Rumble by a Satnam or a mile.
Dude, I'm so exhausted by this shit that got completely backwards. My dyslexia is
that's what he just saw when he looked at OC's. It's been a long day without you, my friend.
So it's best friends. No.
And Jarrett specifically wins. Jarrett dumps out Trent Beretta or Brent Toretta. Dominic Toretto. So Jeff Jarrett specifically, like I and a few other people called, specifically Jeff Jarrett's the one that wins the Rumble. What in the name of David Arquette?
How do you overbook a fucking match that requires 40 people?
So
like, how do you overbook it?
Jarrett involved.
There's fucking giants. There's demons. There's
like John said right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Kiss demon just shrunk down. Yeah. It's W.
He came back last week.
W. Oh, Dale Tormore.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Kiss demon. The man that you had a main event open a show because he was contractually obligated to be in so many main events. So they said, fuck it, we'll call it a main event.
So Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal have entered into the Fatal 4-Way with the Guns and the Acclaimed, and we got one more team to be determined.
Okay. Satnam on a forklift match, as we've got Malachi Black right now cutting a promo on the Elite.
Jeff Jarrett just told a fan to completely F. Fuck you. I love this company. I love this company.
It's WCW TNA.
I love this company, dude. You can't help but love it.
You know, that's what was the great thing about TNA. Of who should we hire to start our wrestling company? The same guys who just killed the last one.
Oh wait, okay. We got some Malachi. Talk about the Elite. Man, they cannot go under to the Elite at Revolution.
That's the most useful that 7-foot scarecrow has been. Allegedly. Do they not realize almost every company JJ comes into contracts into contact with fails? Why did I just waste my time watching that nonsense? Matt, we ask that ourselves constantly.
What would have been better in a Fatal 4-Way at Revolution?
Well, up next, we've got the Snowman's big announcement.
Oh, wait. So
we had Malachi Black. We had the House of Black cut a promo right there on the Elite. So we're setting up for the Elite versus House of Black.
Oh, then Moxley and fucking Roly Poly are going to go. Fuck.
Yeah, they're the main event. We thought
Man,
that.
I was so mad. Why is fucking Moxley Uno the main event of your fucking Premier Weekly show? AEW fans,
Touche.
help me out.
Do you main event it with Tony's big announcement? And he's like, I just want to say I love you all, and I'm not a snowman.
I'm not a.
My name isn't Frosty. Like, do you end it with that?
That's what I think we should do. That sounds so much better.
Yeah, but he'd come out and he'd shake the microphone and he'd be up on the ramp and everything.
Right? No, I'm really curious, and I want to see if he does slip in a little dig back at some people that made digs at him. The Hawani situation with TK to me is just unnecessary.
Cat fight.
Like, and to be the one, like usually, like it's like, you know, the billionaire that's like getting picked on by the little people, like, loser, you suck, and
right,
you know, and he gets to be like, you're just jealous. No, it's the fucking billionaire who's like, I don't like you. You're
he's
like,
pulling up, he's doing the Homer Simpson, just rolling up the car and just nerds.
Right. And listen, I'm going on the record, and I will say this out loud, and I will repeat it again and again. You cannot talk about unbiased reporting and hang out with Dave fucking Meltzer, who talks out of his ass on a complete regular at this point.
The man who just throws a dartboard at stories and hopes one of them.
This man that's been massaging his own star rating system for how long to make you and your buddies feel wonderful about themselves, even though it was a complete crock of shit time and time and time again. Booker of the year. Dave Meltzer said I'm Booker of the year. So that biased fucking reporting, peachy key. Errol Hawani goes to a show in his hometown. Fuck that. What do you think would have happened if AEW was in Montreal? Ariel would have been there. It's just geographics, buddy. Right. He didn't trade on you. There was a big show in his hometown. And I hate to break it to you, Tony. It was the most anticipated fucking show that went off really well with that crowd. Done. Now, what are you going to bring at Revolution? You're stuck between that and Mania. What are you going to do at Revolution?
Well, I was about to say at this point, well, Tony, if you're looking for impartial and unbiased and everything like that, I mean, again, our socials are going through there and everything, as we've seen in the interview with Cole and we've seen in the interview with Grimm and everything like that, of even the wrestlers are tuning into us. So they're listening to our feedback and everything and find it impartial. So if they find it impartial, I think you can too, Tony. And don't worry, we're cross nations and everything. We're international. So even if KJ's, partial, when you have a show in Toronto, I'll be the bipartisan vote there.
There you go. There you go. And I mean, listen, we call it the way we see it. I told you, we sat here for weeks and talked about Dynamite's awesome, Dynamite's awesome, Dynamite's awesome, Dynamite's awesome. And we shot all over Raw.
It's the reason we had a ranking show.
Right? Hey, there's Tony looking all happy. Look, geez. Mrs. Moxley looking lovely.
Yeah, Marilyn Moxley there. All I'm missing is the fucking sewer grate to blow some shit up there. How you doing? Adam Cole with the freshly blown hairdo here.
Adam Cole, baby.
Why? Well, you'll like this one. The Young Bucks finisher is literally the Meltzer driver and who they run to spread gossip. It's hilarious. Meltzer gave a review for Elimination Chamber that admitted he didn't watch it. What the fuck? Yeah, he was in attendance when we were watching Battle in the Valley, which we watched as well right after Elimination Chamber, of how Punk was in the crowd, Bailey was in the crowd, no way Jose was in the crowd.
That's the big announcement?
Oh, Meltzy boy.
Wait, that's the big announcement?
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's why I muted you. I didn't hear a word you fucking said.
Oh. You said shut up twice right there. I missed the big announcement then. So let the people know then.
There will be a weekly show immediately after Dynamite called AEW All Access, and giving you a in-depth look into behind the... What the fuck?
That's called being the elite. First off, and
that's the big announcement.
Why Why the fuck do you need more content right now? Like, that's
Why do you
literally.
need more content that contradicts what you're trying to present? It like, I mean,
Wait,
again,
wait, you're the fucking company that has rankings and has actually keeps stats of who's wins and losses
you
and
should be
everything, and
using
you have
if you're
shit
gonna
that shows breaks kayfabe.
look.
Sorry,
Come on, thumbs up or thumbs down? Was that what you were
Boo
hoping
earns,
for?
Boo earns.
A thumbs up or thumbs down? I got 50 people. I want 50 thumbs. Pause.
Pause. Young Bucks versus Ozzy Open on Rampage. So, folks,
Wait,
you
why?
need to be here. On top of already with SmackDown, what? On top of
Dude.
No Surrender, we've got Willow Nightingale versus Tony Storm. We've got Action Andretti in the match. We've got Lance Archer in action. We've got the Young Bucks versus Ozzy Open. So, folks, strap on and strap in because it's going to be a hell of a Friday. God damn it.
Willow's
So we're
gonna
getting a
fight-
casino tag team battle royal next week.
Yes. Lance Archer's back. Yo, the
Right,
card
so
for
we have
Rampage.
everyone that lost this week. You get to be in another battle royal to decide who wins.
Yo, the fucking card for Rampage is almost better than tonight's show.
Almost.
I'd rather see 3 of those
What is he
matches.
talking about? Almost.
I want to see 3 of those matches more than I want to see Moxley and Uno.
Right? And see, well, we would say that was lame. So we really need Raw 2.0. Yeah. Lame indeed. That was dumb ever, period. Just with a thumbs down, over under it last 6 weeks. Oh, which lasts longer, the XFL or All Elite Access?
Maybe All Access is replacing Slap Fight because they were like, shit, we can't do this.
Oh, right. So does Dana go on even later?
Or not at all?
Maybe.
I don't know.
You might have nailed it on the head there of just, we need something to replace this. Tony, you got something, right?
How long is the network going to put up with people freaking out about people just slapping the shit
Just
out of each
watching
other?
people slap the dog shit out of each other.
That's.
But and
what
more
works better?
Not put on our Rampage, but Mike with a thumbs down. Just call Tony Blue Balls after that.
Yeah, Nick, what works better? AEW puts out an announcement. Hey, everybody, we are going to do this weekly show, All Access. It's going to air right directly after Dynamite. Or, hey, everyone, I got the best news ever. Guess what? Fuck off. You shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
It's a mistake.
If you did it and no one knew it was coming and you didn't have a huge announcement and you didn't amp it up to be this giant thing and then you lay a turd in a punch bowl. Yeah.
Show of hands. Who out there has ever been in a room and a kid comes running in that room and wants to tell a story, and to that kid it's the most exciting shit ever, but for every adult in the room they're just like, can this kid go away? We want to go.
Did you ever had a time that you thought you had that you think you thought?
Yeah.
That was Tony right there.
And then Timmy saw a fraud. Like, that's what it was like. Like, oh my God, I got the best news ever. And everyone who has that wasn't anything. It wasn't Jay White signed. It wasn't Forbidden Door 2. It wasn't about the weekly show, which even though we already knew about the weekly ROH, I mean, that would have been better than what we just got.
Well, we got a weekly show. It's just a shit one. He announced NXT Level Up, essentially.
So why couldn't Ring of Honor be that hour on national TV instead of straight to the fucking Honor Club? Why can't Ring of Honor be the hour of Rampage and we just squash Rampage altogether?
That shows you, to me, your question right there shows to me the faith that Warner Discovery really has in the product and how they really view this product.
Amen.
Oh, it's not, well, we'll give you more time to put out wrestling. No, we need some dramatic shit, Tony. So you can show us what goes on backstage, right? Because WWE has shows like Total Divas and Ms. and Mrs. And they're going to do the show with Montez and Bianca. So, right, you can do something like that, right? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, dude. Now, listen, if I have my way, there's approximately, according to my timer, about 12 minutes left? 11 minutes left on the
allegedly.
clock. Allegedly. We don't know. But this is what should happen. Uno should come down to the ring. Moxley should rip his goddamn head off, end it within minutes, and just maybe hold the choke a little long and have Paige come out, and the last 5 minutes of Rampage or 7 minutes of Rampage be Moxley and Adam getting at each other's throat.
I would say You have
I
how
don't want
long?
competitive here.
No, I agree with you to an extent. I just wouldn't give them that long of a brawl. I'd say 4 minutes, 3 minutes.
Splitting.
Or you cut it early because shit's getting out of control, folks. We can't
We
handle
gotta
it.
go. We gotta
You
go.
go off early, what have you? All of that you cut out early.
I like it.
Yeah, but that would be old school booking, which is the one thing Tony refuses to fucking do. Right, like C Money says right here, of hey, do you like wrestling? Here's another hour of not wrestling.
I'm telling you right now, folks, we are not staying here for all access on
Not
Wednesdays.
a snowball's chance and fucking
I'm
maybe
so mad.
does it air tonight?
No, I think it starts. What did Adam Cole say? I don't know. March. It's March.
Oh, I was gonna say, I feel like we might have to at least give the first little glimpse, a little tease, just at least for maybe 10 minutes, even something.
Maybe we'll think about it.
We sat there and watched Slapfest, so
well, it's true. That's probably better than what we're about to get. I just don't think another show about like this is what we do. Like, look at Cody Rhodes writing his script out and rehearsing his lines. I hate that shit. I hate fucking up the kayfabe like that. And I know people are going to say kayfabe's dead, but when kayfabe's not dead is when you get your best wrestling.
when
Look
you
at Sami Zayn, look at MJF.
MJF's a prime example of when you do still modern day kayfabe and do it right versus you literally peel back the full curtain and just be like, this is what goes on backstage at AEW. And it's, do they do it like The Office? So just Tony Khan's like Michael Scott there. I declare bankruptcy.
Hopefully FTR will be the casino tag team. Now, is the tag team battle royal next week or is it Rampage? If it's Rampage, it's not happening. If it's next week,
next week on Dynamite is when they're doing
another
battle royal.
Yeah, FTR maybe, but again, why would you work FTR into a fatal 4-way?
Yeah, and but Justin says MJF keeping kayfabe alive. They cut Uno's entrance with a commercial. Yes, they did.
Yeah, because who the fuck wants to see Uno's
Victor
entrance?
with all of the thumbs down.
Listen, you talk about that. We've been joking all week about Canada because WWE being in Canada, right? Listen, the Uno and the Super Smash Bros did great things in Montreal and in Quebec, but they're not there anymore, and he should not be in the main event of your show. No,
we've got Hangman. At least he's not staring awkwardly to the side like every WWE wrestler when he's watching the screen. He's watching it straight on, but
he's trying.
This is unnecessarily competitive.
He's trying, Justin. He's trying, but again, I think some of his outlandish stories need to tie back because then we stop believing him.
Yeah, but like Rocco says, isn't BTE kind of all access? Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's 100% of cool. Don't you already have Being the Elite for that? That's you halfway working a fucking storyline. So we're gonna now you have to not only watch Dark Elevation, Being the Elite, you also have to watch All Access to get any sort of fucking continuity or storyline when it comes to AEW.
I can understand all this shit, and again, I just don't want to tune into this gratuitous bullshit.
Too much lore.
Jericho sitting on screen talking about his art and his craft and just stroking himself for the public.
Tony just sitting there looking like Scarface while he's got, Jericho chained up with like the Princess Leia outfit on.
Accusations.
Jabba the Khan.
What?
I said Jabba the Khan. He's got Jericho there with the Leia outfit on and everything.
You're a genius. No, you're a genius. And I told you right away. Here we go with a competitive match and Uno. Dude, it's not good. It's not.
And that's not. And this is 100% no disrespect to Uno or anything. It's just the wrong place, wrong time.
He's been booked as a joke jobber for 3 fucking years. Even what?
He tearing on the mask already is Moxley.
Do you know what's depressing?
Does he get demasked and that's the real big super reveal or something?
I hope not. What's the difference? It doesn't matter. We don't give a fuck about him. It's not Kane. It's fucking nobody. He's
Instead of
ripping it,
putting
though. He's
Ring of
ripping it
Honor
good.
behind a paywall, TK should have just put Ring of Honor on Fridays live and make Dynamite 3 hours with AW Dark as the third hour. I don't agree with
The third hour, no.
Dynamite being the third
hour,
hour, but we've been the ones, the flag bearers for that whole statement of Rampage should just be Ring of Honor.
3 hours for a weekly television show of any kind is a hard fucking task.
Yeah,
right?
Realistically, that's why
Right,
even you
you-
got halftime at fucking football games and shit like that, so you can go and
Yeah.
take your little pause and take a piss and what have you.
Mhm. So your big announcement is you came up with some fucking stupid show that I don't know how many people are interested in. Why don't you
The
just
show
bring
that
back-
no one wanted.
right? Can we make a show like, why don't we just do like Elite to the Top and they take, Cody and Brandy's place?
Oh, what
You can
what
decide-
if you do not their version of Tough Enough? I was trying to come up with a AEW type pun and I couldn't come up with one fast enough. If they do their own version of Tough Enough type thing,
Right?
that'd be more interesting than cool. So I get to see where Moxley hides the razor blade before he gigs himself during a match.
Yeah, right. Like, so now I'm gonna put this in my. Now I'm gonna put this in my cheek, and then when everyone's looking and the camera's close on me, I'm gonna pull it out and cut my head.
Is this so maybe this is Tony's way of saying, so see, I can't get everyone on TV. So now we're gonna have all access, and it just shows everyone that's still sitting in catering, unfortunately. Like Miro, like unfortunately fucking Eddie.
The longest
like
line
Andrade, all these people that are still just left sitting on the fucking sidelines.
Oh,
He's like,
shit.
well, you won't go on my screen, so I'll put you on screen, motherfucker.
Yeah, we didn't even take a prediction, guys. We just assume it's going to be Moxley. This match is stupid.
If you chose Evil Uno, please show your homework. Please explain your answer.
The fact that you booked this in the main event of a nationally televised program is fucking dumb. It shouldn't be happening.
Next announcement is AW Heat coming 1 hour on Sunday nights.
Fucking hell. Out of everything we thought it could be, and that's where Tony sets himself up for failure. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, Uno's the first one to bleed, by the way. If anyone had Uno in the pool, I thought it would be Moxley for sure, but it looks like Uno's bleeding.
He is. So
and the crowd is just, am I wrong, guys?
The parlay of Uno bleeds, it's a competitive match, and who I guess is still waiting to see if Uno actually wins, because I feel like that's how you pulled off the full parlay there.
There you go. Oh. And then he lands a fucking pile driver.
There's some things that might not be on the up and up, Mega, but that's certainly not that.
What? What did I miss? Oh, yeah. No.
Right.
Maybe.
No. Fake crowd noise, maybe, but not fake that.
There is not much crowd noise, bro. Let's be real.
Well, because when you have a match that should last 30 seconds, lasting well longer than it should, like what?
Moxley not only
10 minutes.
Moxley not only kicked out of 2 fucking pile drivers, he bounced up and put him in chokehold. Get the fuck, like, come on.
Just no sell,
something
because
for somebody. Moxley sells nothing.
Yeah, but then that proves even more. If you're not going to sell the moves, that proves even more of why this match should
why
be
is it a
competitive.
15-minute match?
Right.
If the guy can't hurt you, finish him. Now we got a bulldog.
Can't even get him with the bulldog, so then he rolls into the Kata Hajime, the Coquina clutch.
Dude, they're trying to give us like the Stone Cold Austin moment, but nobody gives a fuck about Uno. He is literally spurting blood. Yeah.
Well, and Moxley won't give up the choke. So now, like you said, now we've got the Dark Order coming out. John Silver and what's his name there? To beat off Moxley. And now here comes Claudio and Yuta. Useless.
So is it Moxley?
And this is where right now, Hangman's come out of. Even though Uno told him to go piss himself earlier in the night, he's going to come out and stand for his friend.
But it's the fucking Dark Order. The BCC is fighting the Dark Order. Why?
The only pop for all of this was Hangman coming out and going after Moxley as he puts on the barbed wire, I guess, knuckles, and then hits him with his forearm blatantly. But you got what you wanted and what everybody was here for. If you've got Moxley and Hangman, but you went through all this bullshit to get there.
Yeah, you didn't need the other stuff. And again, you could put other people in this position.
And Moxley's already gigged himself.
Well, now Moxley. Well, we made it.
We've
through
got the
match
barbed wire knuckles, which to me would hurt your hand just as much as it does his forehead. Shit,
I'm good with it.
Texas death match at Revolution. So, I mean, on one hand, the Revolution card is shaping up because so far we've got MJF versus Danielson in the 60-man match. 60-minute Iron Man match.
The longest pay-per-view in the history of pay-per-views.
Yeah, it's Tony Khan. We've got the Guns versus the Acclaim versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett versus TBD. We've got Moxley versus Hangman in a Texas death match. Samoa Joe versus Wardlow for the TNT Championship. Sorry.
Yeah. Is Hater
and go ahead.
Ricky Starks Jericho happening?
Yes, that was literally the match I was about to announce. Of the Jericho Appreciation Society is banned from ringside, and we've also got Jamie Hayter versus Ruby Soho versus Saraya for the AEW Women's Championship.
All right,
and that's how Dynamite goes off the air.
Can I ask you why Jon Moxley cut his forehead for 30 seconds of television?
I've had people, and I've heard people say that it's not him intending to it at this point. That it's just that much scar tissue that pretty much. Well, it goes back to like we joked about earlier. If it's the paper mache forehead of literally the wind blows the wrong way and his fucking head's gushing.
Nicholas, we did get an announcement. It just felt like no announcement. The announcement
that we're gonna get AEW All Access sometime in March, immediately following Dynamite. So. Enjoy Power Slap while it's on screen because it probably won't be for long.
Fuck. Abdullah the Butcher. Yeah, I get where you're going with that. 2 out of 10 says Mike. 3 out of 10, and that's generous. Ooh. 3 out of 10. 6 out of 10. 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. Holy shit.
4.5.
We got a
lot of people saying it's the worst rated Dynamite in quite a while. That's a 7 out of 10.
How did we get to 7?
Barbed wire fist. We've got some 7s and we've got a lot of 4s and 2s.
Yeah, listen, I'm not disparaging anybody. Like, I'm curious. Like, when I say how did you get to 7, I'm not like how dare you get to 7. I'm legitimately curious what you took from the show that allowed you to get to like a higher mark. Because I'm struggling as I add up the points in my head of the segments I liked and didn't like. No access out of 10.
That's the best rating so far. No access out of 10. Rocco, you won the pony with the best rating so far.
So what was the biggest draw to watch Dynamite tonight, Nick? Was it the announcement? Was that the biggest reason to tune in?
Yes. That was what they sold you on the show. That's why we even had it in the thumbnail. That was the only thing you saw going around was people talking about what's Tony's announcement going to be. And not a single match on the card sold you.
Nope. And the announcement was underwhelming, I think we could all agree.
Absolutely. I even thought Yuta versus OC that we got tonight, I thought that was a Rampage match because we're so used to seeing OC and the All-Atlantic title defended on Rampage.
That's where when you tell this man he's a genius and you tell this man, and listen, I have all the respect in the world for like a Dax Hardwood. I love his opinion. I love his take on the thing, but I saw him live tell people, oh yeah, this guy here is a genius. And let's be real. Help me out there. Where's the genius in this? Were you excited? Were you happy with the Saraya match? Nope. Did that angle? That was overbooked. There was extra 3 people involved. The tag team. Did anyone like the tag team battle royal? It was okay. It was
it's just everybody, and I don't know if it's just we've swayed the people with our comments or whatever, but we've even go all the way from going back to no access out of 10 to AW in your house would have been a bigger announcement to
yeah.
Okay, Bob.
My buddy, a buddy of ours, a friend of the show, the Soul Man, who's been here live with us, he was hoping that Tony was going to announce some like British and European dates.
Fair enough. Yeah, they haven't gone overseas at all.
I'm trying no.
But Dynamite or A-Town gives Dynamite a -6 out of 10.
Oh, there's a negative in there. I gotta squint.
Yeah. -6 out of 10. JV says access denied. Even Damien, the leader of the Hopium, says this is the worst Dynamite I've ever watched.
Wow, Dynamite ate shit.
Dynamite was poor tonight, says Ravi. John, 4 out of 10. Dynamite was sad. They wanted Mox to get his 100 win in AEW. That's why it was the main event. Right, but so
I agree.
What the fuck does it matter where you win, whether it's the opener show or the main event?
Well, but no. But here's the thing, okay? But you know what you should have done? He wins that 100th match and he beats somebody fucking good. Now, John Moxley's 100th victory is going to go down in the record book against evil fucking Uno with a scrambled egg finish.
Yeah.
Help you.
Help me to help you. Help me to help you.
You got a platter. You're looking and everyone goes, hey, man, this is going to be John Moxley's 100th win, Tony. Oh, shit. Let's do it up. We'll give him a match with somebody who we've booked well for a while. He gets a really solid win. You know, one of the 5 people that Daniel Bryan just fought could have worked. You know, give me Moxley Roosh. Give me fucking Moxley anybody but, you know, your jobbers, your fucking basement jobbers.
Yeah.
Put them in that spot. You bring them in and you give him a decent match. And then when he wins, you drop balloons from the sky. His wife gives him a hug, gives him one of those fucking, you know, tinfoil 100s like all the girls on fucking Instagram for their birthdays, and everyone goes home happy. No blood, no guts. We'll see you next week, Adam Page. I still hate your guts. And maybe they show Adam Page shaking his head like, fuck this guy. He won 100. Like, whatever. But a fight with Uno is fucking bad. And you're asking your fans and your casual fans to stay to the end of a 2-hour show to watch Moxley versus Uno. And Moxley saying, well, I left the company because they were booking me like shit. Hey, Mox, I hate to break it to you. That's being booked like shit.
I feel like more people have stayed after to watch us talk about the Dynamite that we just watched than people would stay for All Access or people stay for Power Slap, by the way. But where was it?
Every time I catch a clip of Power Slap now, it's just the people in the house beating the shit out of each other. It's like the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah, it's tough enough.
It's worse, though.
Fighter. JB said, or no, hold on. JPC says, I watched for Snowblow's announcement. Allegedly.
He came on and said, do you want to build a snowman?
Right. Can we start a snowman? Where is Lance Archer these days? Oh, well, he'll be on Rampage tonight. Or tonight, Friday night, just like we will be with SmackDown, Rampage, and Impact No Surrender.
Triple header Friday. I can't wait. It's going to be a good one.
Oh, NXT over AEW, and that doesn't say much.
Well, dude, I mean, it is what it is. You watched NXT last night. What did you enjoy more?
Oh, shit.
Unbiased. What was a better show? Because we haven't given our ratings yet, and I don't even know what your rating for NXT was, but I thought a lot of people were happy with NXT.
My rating for NXT of neither one was good, to be honest. Realistically, I hate to say it, but it's like the South Park of voting between a douche and a turd sandwich. Literally the best match of both shows, I will say, was Ilya Dragunov versus Trick Williams. That was the best match out of both shows, 100%. If there's something you want to go and see out of the two shows, go and watch that. But
absolutely,
the Jinder versus Braun match ended on a super flat note, and which is worse, of a match that you feel should be good, like Braun versus Jinder, that ends on what almost seemed like a quick little double leg takedown into a pin after he rolls out of the Colossus, versus Moxley versus Uno, that it shouldn't be a competitive match, but it goes 15 minutes and has pomp and circumstance and grandstanding and hot dog and afterwards.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you want it to not end flat, but I think your second scenario is definitely flirting with it.
Just neither was good. One just had the better match that out of the two, honestly. Of the highlights of NXT was Trick versus Ilya Dragunov, and personal highlight of Tiffany Stratton with the Tiffany Epiphany.
If Tiffany Stratton was the highlight of a show, the show would probably suck.
Well, if Evil Uno is in the main event of a show that he wasn't built for, and no offense to him, but yeah, if Evil Uno is in the main event, there's a problem.
We pride ourselves in positivity. We're a channel of positive vibes. We always try and stay happy and smiley. So here's the thing. Where
are the smiles, Tony?
Where are the positives in tonight's show?
What was your match of tonight?
Fuck, right? Brian had a match, right? No.
Well,
Brian
here, so
what was the opening match? Yuta and OC?
Yuta and OC. So that would have been probably match of the. So again, both shows followed suit, and they opened with their match of the night.
Ooh.
But I would still say Ilya versus Trick was a better match.
Was the Battle Royal better? No, probably not, because it was all over the place and the winners weren't great.
Double G, double O, double N, double E. Good old Goonie there. Jeff Jarrett won.
Oh, fuck. I don't know what to say. I do wish I could watch TNA televised. Listen, we watch Impact Wrestling here on the channel live tomorrow with Luna Havoc, and we watch it on YouTube. But if you can't get it, come watch it on Thursdays. We'll fill you in on all the fun.
Well, see money letting them know about the Pluto app as well.
There you go.
So it's the old shows. But yes, we will be here for fuck's sake. Oh, yes, we will be here live for Impact tomorrow night. But yeah, I forgot about we got Peter Avalon, Sneaky Pete, for about 4 seconds under. They fucked up a jobber entrance, so you instantly have to lose the fucking battle here. You fucked up a jobber entrance. You couldn't do what indie shows.
So what was the fuck up?
Local indie promotion that's got all of 10 people in attendance can get right. You fucked that up.
That's Peter Avalon. What the fuck?
Oh, right, with Nick Nemeth fucking music and Titantron and everything.
I was so confused.
And you're a major promotion. We thought people thought he was gonna come out there and say he was gonna buy WWE. After this man can't even get entrances and Titantrons right.
Right? Fuck. Oh, dude. I don't get it. And again, that whole spot was just so somebody could run out and take an elbow from Jericho. You didn't need it. You didn't need that spot.
Damien says NXT's been better for a while and than Dynamite, and I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, and Matt bringing up a good thing I forgot about of Waller hijacking the show at the end to build feud with HBK. Yeah, so next week at Roadblock, we're going to get HBK, or he's been invited. HBK has to the Waller effect. Oh. So we might be setting up at Stand and Deliver to HBK unretires, and we get the Heartbreak Kid versus Grayson Waller.
Wow.
That's where it seems to be going, because literally towards the end of the show, at the very end, you remember when we watched the Super Bowl and they didn't have that Pluto ad, and it seemed like you're like someone sitting on the remote. Your shit kind of started to do that, and it pulled up Peacock and everything, and it was Grayson Waller backstage taking over, and then he just cut a whole promo. And again, instantly in that brief description that I just said right there was instantly more entertaining than anything that happened on Dynamite tonight.
Right? Shit. Danielson KOing MJF at the end of the brawl. Okay. I mean, I like
that. Is your star making, your decision maker for
that might have been my favorite part of the show. When he finally got in the ring, and then Daniel clipped him, and then they had to pull apart, and it got heated. I like that part. I don't think it needed to be as long-winded as it was. But yeah, I mean, that might have been my favorite part of the show. That's about it.
Is maybe 5 seconds of a clip.
Right. Waller hijacking got that one. All right, Big Nick. You know what? We're getting long in the tooth here.
Oh, well, no. So C Money's trying to correct me if they didn't mess up. Well, when you see Nick Nemeth and Peter Avalon comes out, just say the wingman. Don't put someone else's fucking name out.
No, yeah, it's dumb. When the screen comes up and says Ryan Nemeth and fucking Peter Avalon comes running out. Peter Avalon at one point did have his own entrance. Then they kind of fired him, and then they didn't fire.
He's a real boy. He can come out to his own entrance.
Right? Fuck, it's just dumb. To send out Ryan Nemeth if that's the guy on the sign.
Did you have a Tiffany Epiphany? See, I told you that shit's gonna get over.
My
The
Tiffany Epiphany is what the fuck is TK doing?
Right, we
need a
haven't even
Tony
given our
Epiphany.
Epiphany of ratings here. Yeah, that's my rating. Goes NXT is better than Dynamite. We're going there. It's Tiffany Epiphany out of 10.
And that's fucked. I'm gonna give the show a 3.
Ooh, that's harsh coming from you. That's ooh.
I liked the Brian, a little bit of the Brian stuff, but everything else meant nothing to me. Like there was so much shit in this that I didn't fucking care about.
Yeah, 100%. MLW is better than so. And that's just the thing is you have nights like tonight to where Dynamite, whether you think it's been really good, of just everyone souring so much on Dynamite right now in AEW. And this is going into a pay-per-view, mind you.
Think about this. Going into the last pay-per-view, a lot of people were disgruntled about what was happening in AEW. Then they had the big return, and MJF came back. MJF wins the belt, and I remember certain people, kind of being like, "All right, Tony's got it. We got MJF at the belt. This is going to be cool. Next level. Let's go." And here we are. It's like the time.
All right. There. You happy now?
You know what I mean, though? Like we get to that point where, all right, we got this. And again, AEW is not all bad. It is good. This isn't good. Even if you're an AEW fan, I want the AEW fan. Go find AEW fans and tell them to come find me. I would like to discuss things because I am one, and this is not good.
See, I'll go one better. Go find Tony Khan. Go harass Tony Khan and tell him. I keep tagging him. But now, what if at Revolution, say after the Iron Man match, and say MJF wins, and then all of a sudden you hear look in my eyes.
It'll blow the fucking place apart. It really will. But know who I'd feel sad for in that situation? MJF. Because this man gets overshadowed every time he tries to have a moment, and it hasn't helped his career. So if he finally gets that W, maybe you save. But if you bring out Punk, all people are going to talk about is Punk, not the Iron Man match that they just had. That's my only fear on that. No, and I agree with you. It will be an explosion. It will be huge. I just feel bad. Like MJF's been a victim of circumstance, and we like MJF. He's one of the predominant heels in all of the industry, and you're cutting him short a lot. And like it wasn't his fault that they had the brawl out at Fallout or whatever. It wasn't, but that's all everyone talked about. Not that he won the belt.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even really fully think about that. If it literally would have just instantly overshadowed everything he just did.
Right. Is Barry Corbin going to change his character again? Maybe. Fucking need something to go for him.
Yeah.
Peter Avalon, better match versus John Moxley, squash match. Listen, the Uno match should have been shorter and decisive. Now at the end,
Damon, you're saying so. He should have, instead of having that match with that jobber, he should have had this match with that jobber.
And either way, it should have been quick.
Either way, it shouldn't be in the fucking main event.
And again, I don't think you needed Uno squirting blood. And
you know what you should probably do if that's what you have as your main event? What you should do is your champion versus a champion for a title as your fucking main event.
Right, I just we're not squeamish here. We don't shy away from blood. Shit, we just interviewed a fucking deathmatch fucking maniac. Like the guy is in there.
We literally had Cole talking about a story and everything. Which, by the way, go and check that out. Where the dude aim for the table, aim for the bushes, like in fucking the other guys. Aim for the bushes.
Aim for the bushes.
Leave it at that. Go and check out the interview. But yeah, no, 100%. And we don't shy away from that shit. It's just when it's called for, when it needs it, when it makes sense.
Yeah, time and place. And I mean, listen, guys, I'm hoping that next week's a better show. But when you have a guy, and again, nobody in the room said, "Ooh, that's your card. You couldn't make a better card." But nobody's telling each other the truth in that place. And that's a fucking problem. That's why you can't progress, is because nobody's being honest. And when someone steps up and is honest, they end up out. Cody Rhodes, fucking Miro, Andrade, fucking CM Punk. The people who step up and tell the truth get pushed out of the company, and everyone else just continues to tell each other how wonderful they are, inflating each other constantly until they're all high-fiving and feel good, no matter what the fucking product is. Doesn't matter how the fans feel about it. Tony Khan has become, there we go, that's how to pause, has become the very thing that he started a company to revolt against. He's become Vince McMahon.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Become a hero. He never took off. Poor bastard.
Well, no, I'm just saying that they just need to knock that last little bottom of the E off, and it just be all fellatio wrestling, because that's what it seems to be like. Just literally of how can we get each other over and off at the same time. Chris, you please, Tony, Kenny, you do your tricks. Young Bucks,
all right. This man running it right into the ground. No, folks. I mean, that is Dynamite. I know. We've been on a grind with Dynamite tonight, but call it the way we see it. And after a few lackluster shows, the fan ratings will tell you we're not the only ones that feel this. We, as fans, I believe, expect better from the company. And the saddest part is, as a fan, we're now going to go to social media. We're now going to go and see elsewhere of, what a wonderful show. We all did great. Wasn't that angle awesome?
Right. We're going to see our constituents and everything like that. They often imitated, never replicated. You know, sometimes they try and duplicate all of that. Boy, gee, howdy. Wasn't that a great show from Tony Khan? Because it's not WWE, because it's not this. And boy, fucking howdy, was it not a good show.
Mox and Uno will get fucking 4.5 stars. Thank you, Dave. Anyway, folks, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. That's Big Nick. I'm KJ. This has been another stream. We are having nothing but fun. It's been an amazing 2023 so far. We're heading towards our birthdays coming up. We're almost 1 year old. We're still a baby. We're still working through this, but the numbers are blooming. We're growing at a pace that I never thought would possible.
We're blooming.
See, that's twice. Yesterday, I made a comment about taking off, and Cole was like, taking off. I'm like, oh, fuck it. Anyway, get with me. But yes, folks, that all being said, we are back tomorrow. Impact with Luna. If you haven't checked out the interview with Cole Roderick, it is fucking awesome. Go check it out. We are back on Friday. Triple header, Impact, SmackDown, AEW Rampage, and we got more content coming out this weekend as well, so stay tuned for all of it. We talked to Grim Reaper, so we got lots coming. You got something coming. Don't miss. And that's it. That's all I got. Did you give a rating, or did you just go with
Tiffany Epiphany? NXT won out.
There you go.
100%, folks. Big things popping, little things stopping up to something. Season never sleeps. Fastest growing wrestling channel on YouTube. Christ, just at this point, fastest growing channel. You don't even got to preface it with YouTube or with on a wrestling channel or anything like that. But folks, go and check out the Cole Roderick interview. And like I said, leave a comment, because I want to see everybody leave a comment that watches it saying aim for the bushes or aim for the table. And once you watch that, you'll know why. 100%.
Give love.
Absolutely. Back at it like a jackrabbit. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you better put that forward live with it.
That's it, folks. See you on the flip side.